Both desktops, hello, welcome.
Hi, welcome. I'm Glenn, also known as Packer, and today I'm joined with...
Me, Swholli. Hello. I am...
Hi.
Scott is my real name. I forgot we were doing, like, real names. But, yeah.
And welcome.
Welcome.
To the official Krispy Kreme
The
podcast.
first ever of its kind.
The official Krispy Kreme podcast. I forgot to buy donuts. I think Scott forgot too, so we're going to do something else, I think.
Please, so just to start, just to start though, I really do want to know, I'm going to pull up just your desktop. I want to know what the fuck you were about to play. What video was that?
Okay. So, little backstory before I get into it. What's the word? I went to, like, a dump? I don't know what you guys call it, like a trash place?
Well,
in
like,
America?
I mean, yeah, we have dumps. Like, do you mean like a place where like garbage is specifically put, or like a thrift store?
No. It's not a thrift. Well, it's kind of like a thrift store, but not quite. So where we drop our crap, like so we got like bins that get picked up and thrown in the back of the thing, and blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
But we have like a place we can specifically go to get rid of like old furniture or like crap from the random stuff in your backyard and stuff. So I went to one of those, but they had like a place called the Green Shed.
Oh.
And in the Green Shed, they had like just stuff, and some of that stuff was like DVDs and stuff, and I found this. It's Gary Kleiner's A Quick Start Guide to Sonic Foundry's non-linear editing software, and it's a picture of Sony Vegas. I can't really show the picture of it, but it's a picture of Sony Vegas 4.0.
Ooh.
And this was done in 2003, and I was just like, yes, I want this. It says it was $50 at the time, and we're talking about 2003, so that's fucking expensive.
So this was was this, like an instructional DVD or something?
Yeah, so if I open it up, man, I gotta get a picture of this, but if I open it up, it's like literally like a picture of Sony Vegas printed onto like the CD with like copyrights written on it.
Okay.
It's like the shabbiest fucking thing you've ever seen. I watched like an hour and a half of it, and it was it was like actually legitimately really good.
Okay.
So this is the guy. This is the guy who does the thingo, and he like does the tutorials and stuff. He's really good, but there's just something about it. Like, you won't have any sound coming through,
right.
And I'm playing it off the DVD. And I don't know where the time frame is, but there's just, when he turns his head, you'll understand why I needed to show this.
Now, is this guy like Australian as well, or is he an American?
No, he's an American. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Also, forgive us if we sort of talk over each other. Oh, there we go. There was a glance of it just then.
Oh. Wait, was it the...
Was it what?
Did I miss it? Like, what?
Hold on. Oh, I gotta get him when he turns back to his computer, because it's just like... Hold on. Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close to getting it.
Look at that Windows XP.
Oh, yeah, man. It's glorious. So let's get it started.
Oh, look at his ponytail.
That was
Oh
what I
my
saw.
god. Is that it? Is that what we're? Because that is amazing.
That was it.
Because you could
That
not.
was
Oh
it.
my god. You could not.
Because like you're just like, oh yeah, this is just a you know, a normal dude. He's got his like
Got my
early 2000s.
Normal dude haircut.
Yeah.
And
then
then
he just fucking turns and you're like, oh my god.
Oh no. That's amazing. That's disgusting.
Freeze frame. Enhance.
Enhance. It's beautiful. Because
Yeah.
it's like the mullet theory. Like he's got business in front, party in back, but the party in back is like the weird dude at the shop that you don't want to talk to. Oh man.
Oh my god, yeah, that cracked me up so hard. Like, because I was just sitting there, you know, just like, oh yeah, this is interesting. I see how this goes. Like, and then he turns, and I'm just like, oh my god. Nothing screams computer nerd in the early 2000s like a fucking like ponytail like that. Like, look how. Like, can you see my mouse? Like, at the front, look how short this hair is.
Yeah.
This is, like, short up here and over here, and then there's just length.
It honestly almost looks
rat
like...
tail.
Yeah, it looks like a guy who had, like, a standard, like, 90s haircut, and then you photoshopped, like, a long ponytail onto it.
Yeah, God. He just... So, this guy had a website, which was vegastrainingandtools.com, all one word.
Oh.
And I looked it up. It's dead. It's completely dead. He had a Facebook. He had a Facebook page as well. That's still up. He was going strong until about 2012, I think.
VegasTrainingandTools.com. Sony Vegas 10 made simple. We're having trouble. Hang on. Wayback Machine.
Oh, Wayback Machine. Yeah, I was thinking about looking that up myself.
Let's see if it's got it. Sony Vegas. Wait, what was it? Sony Vegas, or no, just Vegas. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, hold on.
I forgot it already. I just had it.
So, this is his
Okay, Vegas Training
Facebook
and Tools.
page.
That's what it is. Oh, hang on. Let me.
So his last Facebook post was 2012.
Nice. Very good. The best.
And his last version he used was Vegas Pro 11.
Okay.
So yeah.
Beautiful. The Wayback Machine is chugging along, but
It'll get there eventually.
I hope that we can find it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so surprisingly, there was a snapshot taken in January of 2020, but I don't trust it. It looks like all of the snapshots were around 2008, so let's find it.
Yeah, just smack that right on prime time.
Yeah, let's find a nice big one. Here we go. Here's a snapshot, September 7th of 2008.
Whatever you can get to load, really. The fact that this exists.
I love the Wayback Machine. The Wayback Machine. Oh, it looks exactly like what I expected it to. Are you seeing?
I'm still waiting for it to load on the stream.
Can you not see my desktop through Discord? Or did I?
Where have I put? I don't know where I've put that. I keep misplacing everything. Oh yeah, yep. I got it. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. No. I
Look
think I've
at
seen
this.
something like this before. Yeah.
I mean, it's very Web 2.0. It's very like, just.
I love the wizard.
Yes. Oh god, yeah. I'm saving that image. I need that.
I need that. Add it to the collection of Packer and Swholli fucking.
I'm just gonna
Twitch.
I'm just gonna make a folder and called like like things we save, I guess.
Sweet things we save.
Yeah,
going way back. We've got the wizard.
We got the wizard. That could be like a reoccurring like thing. Like every week, it's like, what did we save this week? Like, oh, nothing good.
I do like the fact that we've now got a wizard that matches your Windows 95 thing.
Oh my god! Where is it? I was gonna Windows 95. There we go. Unfortunately,
Excalibur. Excalibur. What's the Excalibur tab? I want to see what the Excalibur tab is.
Now, is this the same? Oh, So I just realized as I dragged it, that isn't just. Oh,
That's his
man,
whole title.
That's the whole title. That's.
And then it's been like, oh my god, I hate Windows fucking photos.
Yeah,
It's the worst fucking thing ever.
It is.
I need a replacement.
It used to be so good, and now it's not. We'll just pull it up in Photoshop because I have that available. But yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
So he's actually like scaled it down so it's all fucking horribly artifact, and then he's added all the shit on top.
This is so. So this is like.
Is this what he used to look like? Is this what he was in like the 70s and 80s? That's what he's looked like.
Ridiculous and stupid, but I have a project for myself tonight, and that is going to take it and I'm going to recreate it into a vector, so that I can keep it forever. And there's no good reason why I'm doing this, but that's our project for tonight.
I'm looking up Windows 2000 Wizard clip art.
Are you just seeing if you can find it? He looks custom to me.
Yeah, maybe.
So, to everybody, oh my god. To everybody at home.
All right.
Because I've already explained this to you, but I'm going to explain it to anybody who may be watching.
Sure.
I really like using Adobe Flash for my...
Oh, right. I wasn't even freaking paying attention.
For my vector art. So, please excuse me and my, like... I mean, it's a very fitting, like, mid-2000s-y thing to be doing right now anyway, is to be using Flash to recreate this wizard, so...
That's just... Oh my god, you've already started working on it.
Oh, yeah. I have my... I know no bounds. Let's... Can I get a... That's the thing. Can I just get a high res... Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna.
This is now turned into Swholli's tutorials.
Welcome to Swholli Tutorials. Today we're gonna be making a weird wizard. So what you want to do is you go in here and you want to take
grab your wizard,
grab your rasterized wizard, and go ahead and just crop him down. What I did was I went into the image size and I made sure I selected nearest neighbor, because what you want is you want to preserve those hard edges, because that gives you those nice pixels that you can work with. So anyway, so what we're going to do, because Flash is weird about copying and pasting stuff from the clip art, I'm just going to save this as wizard. We're going to save, CompuServe GIF, or GIF if you're wrong, but that's okay. I've always said, CompuServe invented the word, I will say GIF until I die, I don't care.
Hi, my name's Jalen.
Fine, go ahead. Be that way.
I'm a GIF forever because it's like my name.
That's fine, fair. All right, here we go. Now we've got it nice and big. Take that. That's our. This is gonna be our source layer. We're gonna make sure we don't fucking. Oh, I deleted it. I meant to lock it. Okay. Well, all right. So yeah, I've got my project for tonight. What's your project for tonight? Actually, real quick, while I'm thinking about it, because it's funny that you started with that, because I do have. Unfortunately, I don't think I have it on me right now. Otherwise, I would actually put it in my DVD player. But I found something through work. We got a hold of like a some sort of like cable access, like video like collection, and it's a bunch of really terrible cable access like shows.
Oh man, we don't have that here at all.
Oh, you don't have cable access, period?
No, because like your cable access is like, also your microphone is fucking out some fierce.
Oh, how so? What's happening?
It's like crackly as hell. I think you need to just check your connection.
Oh, you know what? I probably, when I was hooking up the Ethernet, I probably bumped the. Yep, I did. I bumped my. Let me just.
Yep. Oh, the sweet crackles, everybody at home. I hope you're enjoying the crackles with me here, because my ears are now bleeding.
How's that? Is that better?
I think so.
Okay, yeah.
We'll see how we go.
My I bumped my soundboard that the mic is plugged into.
Ah, okay.
So, but yeah, I found a DVD that had public access stuff on it, and I would love to find it again. Maybe it's in the pile. Hang on, let me check the pile of shit sitting on the floor here.
So, also you're in the weird. You got both of our screens up, and you've got a calculator over my screen. Fantastic. So professional. This is a live broadcast. I hope everyone is enjoying. This is Scott in a nutshell. This is what it's like to work with Scott on a regular basis. Just completely forgets what he's doing, and then he just goes and does something else. I'd show you my screen, but he has the complete control.
Nope.
So back in my day, we didn't have no damn.
Oh, I just realized my
beautiful.
calculator.
We heard all of that. Your calculator's
Yeah.
covering the screen.
I
was talking to the audience and just telling them how great it is to work with you, and how you just you just wander off in the middle of the stream, and then you cover up my screen so I can't show anybody anything.
I forgot. No.
But yeah, Australian kids TV shows is about the closest thing we ever got to like access to things.
Mm-hmm.
We had this, oh my god, this fucking worm. Hold on, I need to get this full screen. This fucking thing, man.
This fucking worm.
That worm, man. It's like a kid's reading thing. It was a thing. But yeah, so in Australia, when I was growing up, we had 5 channels, and I kid you not, that is all we had.
Oh.
5 channels
Okay.
across all of Australia. Some regions didn't even have 5 channels. That was literally how we had, what did we had? We had Prime, we had Win, we had SBS, Channel 10, and ABC.
Okay.
And those are not necessarily reflected with the American equivalents. So Win TV, I think I told you that one time years ago, and you're like, you got a TV channel called Win? WIN? That really is
Called
that whole
Win?
It's Win TV. That's so 2005.
I mean, it is. I mean, I had fucking Win TV capture cards. That's how I know the name Win TV.
That's absolutely not what we've got. We had this fucking show, Around the Twist. There is so much hilarity and horror to come out of that show. Just the most questionable things.
Good.
Blinky Bill! It's Blinky Bill!
Oh my god.
I don't know if you guys ever had Blinky Bill, but we had Blinky Bill.
No, we did not, unfortunately, get that ported over here. Just... What?
I think it's probably one of those
that-
things that's too Australian.
Is that fucking Bible Man, in the very dead middle? Go right
Bible
down
Man?
one. You're go down one. Go down right there. What is that?
I have no idea.
It looks like Bible Man, but I don't think it's Bible
That looks... No, that's, that looks like, this is an American thing. This is definitely not an Australian thing.
Man. Okay. Well, I mean, Bible Man
What-
wasn't either, but I don't even know if Bible Man
Wall,
made
Time
it.
Cop. These are movies. Prey,
Oh.
Migo, Time Tracks,
So here,
Mantis,
here in the States,
the
because-
Nightman. He's the Nightman. It looks like a bootleg fucking Batman.
Oh, hang on.
The Nightman.
Here's my question then. Speaking of bootleg Batmans, have you heard of Bible Man, or is that just a United States thing?
United States thing.
And even then, it's probably a niche United States thing. So okay, so here in the States, because obviously the Christians are the biggest fucking pieces of shit. Bible Man. Oh, there you go. You're looking at it too.
I think I've seen memes of it.
Oh yeah, Bible Man was this he you want to think that he was bitten by a radioactive Bible, but no, unfortunately, he doesn't have any superpowers as far as I can remember. He just has the word
He has
of
the
God.
power of Christ. Yeah, that's all you need.
And
all you need is Jesus.
I don't quite know how that worked, but hey,
it's the righteousness of being always in the right. Yeah, you're always in the right if you're serving God. That's what the Spanish Inquisition was doing, yeah? Going around just mass murdering people in the name of God.
You know,
we may get a little political on this podcast. Just FYI.
We're trying not to, but it'll probably happen. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's about as bad as we're gonna get.
Probably. I'll try to keep it. I mean, you know, because, you know, fucking your country was on fire. Now California's on fire. Like, you know, literally things are on fire.
Yeah, biggest fire ever, like, recorded. Yeah. I'm still not, like, happy about that in the slightest. But anyway, moving on. Oh my god, Space Rangers. Let's watch Space Rangers. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Wait, the show?
Aliens in the Family.
Or the
Bill
movie?
And Ted, Excellent Adventure. This looks like the show because they're fucking... Because
that ain't Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, that is the dinkiest... What is this? I've never seen this before.
What is that?
That's like the meme, Can we get Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but we have, no, because we have Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure at Home.
And
then this is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure at Home.
Mom, like, can we get Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? Mom's just like, we got Bill and Ted at Home. And it's like, nice. The Bill and Ted at Home. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what that is. And then we got Nightman. Nightman. And the Worm.
What's the Worm?
Oh god, aliens. The Worm, so this was like Bookworm or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they would read stories. It's like a kid's, like basically what would happen in the 90s, or like early 2000s, was like, we had like kid shows in the morning, so we would start at like 8 o'clock was like Dragon Ball Z, and then at like 7:30 it was Yu-Gi-Oh, and then at 7 it was Pokemon. Like, that's how we got into all of those big franchises back in those days.
Okay.
And then yeah, like then after I think it was 8:30, 9 o'clock, all the baby kid shows would start. So we would have like Bear in the Big Blue House.
Well, I love that show.
I love that. I got to love that show. I love Bear Man.
It's a bear, man.
Look at that bear. It's so funny.
It was weird. I remember Bear in the Big Blue House, like, for some fucking reason.
Oh, it's iconic. It's
because essentially, so we had like all of the major kids networks, so like your Cartoon Network and your Nickelodeon and all that shit. Like, basically they had their like children's blocks that played in the morning, so very similar concept. Oh, look at that bad boy. But yeah, so that was basically if you wanted to watch like your Arthur. Well, no, I'm sorry, Arthur was on PBS, but like the only public thing we actually have in terms of like quote unquote public broadcasting. We want the beer. That's actually the most...
Arthur was great. I remember really enjoying Arthur as a kid.
Oh yeah, me too. I just good times.
It was just one of those shows that would always sort of like go through like actual kids' problems and like how kids cope with it and deal with stuff, so you could sort of like learn from it, opposed to most kids shows where it was like, Hey Arnold, we're just street kids. Like, I mean, Hey Arnold was, like, a cool show to watch, for sure, but it was always really interestingly disconnected to me, because it's like, I don't live in a city.
Right.
And then on top of that, I don't, like... Oh, God, I just saw, like, a fan art, and I'm just like, no. It was disconnected, because I was like, I don't live in a city, and then on top of that, it's like... I don't live in, like, New York City equivalent.
Right, exactly.
It was just, like, that's, like, from what I've heard from a lot of people who live in those areas, they're like, this is, like, how a lot of kids would just do things in, like, the 90s and 2000s. Because there was, like, nowhere to really go. Like, it was just...
Yeah, as far as
skyscrapers everywhere.
Because that's the thing, I didn't go to New York in the 90s ever, so I never got... that experience. I've been to New York now as an adult, but I have no idea what New York was like for children. So, I did say that this podcast would be about nostalgia, so I mean we're off to a good start on that. So far, my wizard's coming along.
Nice. I'm so glad that we're lifting this dude's wizard fan art from like 2003.
I need it. I need a high quality wizard in my life.
Dude, I need a wizard in my life, man.
Sometimes you need a high quality wizard, and this is the only way you're gonna get it is when you make it yourself.
Okay, I just realized the picture I'm looking at is the most unrealistic thing ever. So it says, if you're renting a place, this says no kids, pets okay. So that's the inverse of what it would ever be. Like the amount of times that I've got friends who are like renting and they're like, "Oh, you can have little kids, but we don't want pets because pets make a mess." And they're like, "Have you seen a small child before?"
Exactly.
Have you at all?
I want to say that that's probably like a joke.
I mean, it would be.
Like,
but I'm just saying, like, it's just funny that I would see that and just think, in this day and age, as a 28-year-old narcissistic fucking angry man, that's bullshit. That's not how we're back in my day. We were allowed to take animals into the house. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we could talk about Conkers, seeing as you do kind of have that already going. But
I do.
We were playing through, well, we both have sort of just started playing a little bit of the start of the game. I think we're basically in exactly the same spot when we both stopped, which is like you walk through that tunnel and then you've got the tower. I think that area is called Windy Tower or something. But
it's been that's just so long since I've played the original that I was actually like kind of like I was like where am I right now? Like what do I do?
Yeah. I mean, the areas do look different, and I think that was something I wanted to bring up, whereas, like, the first part of the game where you're, like, going the tutorial and stuff like that, they had so many quality of life things where you could just skip, and then if you, like, fell down that massive pit, it would just respawn you back on the, like, platforms, rather than going into the water pit at the bottom and then going through the tunnel and then having to go all the way back. And because you start off with Conker without him being able to swim properly, the game, like, it like actually lets you swim properly. It's funny, like, how they're just like, this sucks, fix this. And it's like, wow, those were actually annoying things in the original game. I'm glad they fixed that, because I know a lot of people get a bit too traditionalist with that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I know specifically with that game even, like, people get really specifically like, this is how Conkers has to be, and if you do it any other way... And it's
it's like, this is the rare way of doing a game.
And it's like, I had never played Live and Reloaded until, like, you know, now.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, because I had only ever played the N64 version. So,
same.
Yeah, like, I mean, and I remember everybody going, oh, they took out, you know, they censored some swear words, and they, you know, they did this and that, and they made all these changes, and it's no good. And I played it, I'm like, this isn't that bad. I think you were just upset, maybe? Like...
like traditionalist, or like, I think traditionalist is the best word to describe it, where they're just like, I want it exactly the way I remember it, but better.
And it's like,
and then it's like,
you can't necessarily expect that out of a remake. Like, otherwise it wouldn't really be a remake, would it?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, it's not even a remake. It was just like an enhancement, and then they just did quality of life fixes. I think the only complaint that I have with it is that the multiplayer was definitely 2005 edgelord multiplayer.
Yeah. That's why
it was like...
I really do, like, if we can get it working, maybe not necessarily tonight, but if we can get it working, I do want to just try it out, just because it looks like... It does. It looks like something interesting, but...
You can use bots in it. I've already tried that much, so you can play it So you can play it just by yourself.
So
even if you wanted to do that right now, if you wanted.
Right, so I could just go do that right now. Well, let me finish my wizards first. I've got
fair enough. Forewarning though, the AI, like, I mean, okay, so I played one level and it was the beach level, and I was immediately like, oh fuck, who fucking level designed this? You can tell it was designed by Rare, because like it basically there's like this choke point where like you walk onto the beach, and then the enemy gets all the like high up points where they can shoot down at you, and you're like, okay, you know, it's the asymmetrical gameplay where like one team gets the advantage, but they're on the defense,
Right.
and that sort of thing. So you get that. Oh my god, are you trying to find like a up like a Apple keyboard, like a Macintosh classic Apple keyboard?
I need like, I'm trying to find specifically something that looks like that, and if I can find it in that angle or close to it, oh boy, you might be correct. That is actually pretty damn close. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get that one working.
I'm still like, yeah, there we go, perfect. Yeah, because it's like an old school keyboard for an old school picture.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, like the level design was just like awful. So you like they have all the like advantage, and then you walk into this like funneled trench. Like there's no way out of this trench. So the enemy gets to like you got to run 100 meters, or I don't know how you would translate like American Madden football field.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to translate to Americans.
That's what I play.
So you have to run through that fucking trench, and then they get to just shoot you, and they have like bazookas and explosives.
Oh.
So you literally can't get through it without like dying 100 times. It was like, who fucking designed this?
That's fucking...
Yeah, like it's just like it's cool that we can go back and play these things, but man, coming back at it as like a game designer now, it's definitely that like, oof.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Oh, this is fucking perfect.
Man, you're getting so into that right now, aren't you?
Actually, I don't like the way. There we go. Yeah. Yeah.
God, hold on. I gotta get my Discord up. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
You gotta get the sword. You gotta get
the sword. So hang on.
Excalibur? Excalibur.
Keyboard.
See, I was never a nerd as a kid.
Aww.
I was too cool.
Too cool. No one's too.
I was way too cool. The machine gun. Danny says the machine gun nests were pretty OP in the beach map, but it gives you a ton of time to wear down the wall, and your time resets after it. Your KD ratio still sucks. The SHC because of that, though. Yeah, the SHC, I think that's like the squirrel faction.
Oh.
All the names and stuff. But yeah, so like, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, the silliness of what old Rare, like so I can go on a massive tangent, I probably will, of like Rare and how they went from like one of the best game companies ever created to like one of the worst ever.
I mean, you know, they're making when Microsoft bought them, essentially.
Before that, I think.
Were they even bad before that?
Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look at their list of video games developed by Rare. That's what we want. So, Perfect Dark Zero. Some people are like, "That's great," and other people are like, "It's terrible."
I've never played that.
It's the Game Boy one.
Oh
no! Wait, no. It's the. That's the.
I've played bits and pieces of the original Perfect Dark. I never played the newer one.
Wait, 2005. That was Xbox. Conquer Live and Reloaded. 2004 was Donkey Kong Country 2?
On the... Wait, what?
1995. Yeah, so hold on. Oh, Game Boy. Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. There's a Game Boy port.
Fucking hell. I was going to say, like, what is going on? I was like, why is there a timeline where there is Donkey Kong Country 2, Perfect Dark Zero, and then, like, Donkey Kong Country 3?
Yeah.
Like, what? Love the wizard. Yeah, it's a great wizard.
Sorry,
I gotta make this smaller.
I gotta pay attention to chat. What's going on?
I just said I love the wizard. All right, so let's go through this. So 1993 was the Battletoads series. That's pretty good. 2000 was Perfect Dark on the N64, which was a fucking phenomenal game. Like, I wish we could play that cooperative. In fact,
We probably can. That would not be very hard to set up, like getting like virtual like LANs going on, and then like, or not even, no, there might be.
But that's the thing. The Perfect Dark 64 though, that's on the N64. It doesn't have a network thing.
Oh, but does it? Well, does it have a cooperative mode? I guess if it doesn't, I don't remember.
It does. So, like, Perfect Dark has a single-player campaign and a cooperative campaign, which would be awesome to play. I've always wanted to play it through with somebody, but, like, everybody I know, like, lives across the planet, or are like, oh, I don't like the N64 controller anymore.
You know, like, I live across the planet. But...
Yep.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm sure we could get... There's a lot of emulators that have NetPlay, like, built in nowadays.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like how that NetPlay stuff works, is in my mind. Because I'm like, if we're doing like NetPlay and then it's like 2.5 second delay, you know, and then you're have input delay rather than like, because like it's one of those complicated things. I know that they did a re-release.
So he's fucking sorry, not to change the subject. He's doing like a fucking like hang 10
devil hand,
or like whatever, a call me or whatever symbol.
So, no. Go zoom back out. He's holding a surfboard. He's changed it to a keyboard.
Oh, he's a surf wizard.
He's a surfing wizard,
and he just added the sword. The sword is just behind his hand.
Or he's taken the dude's face from another clip art.
Right.
And then he's done that. Like, the arm looks so out of place, right?
This is a hodgepodge. You're right. The arm does look like it's been just cut.
Yeah, like it doesn't belong.
If we could find... I want to find all the source clip arts to, like, recreate. Like
we must go back.
We gotta go back.
Surfer clip art. Oh my god. Yeah, you just get all the new stuff. You know, like, it's like... You used to be able to Google image stuff from like time periods,
right?
And now you can't. It's the fucking worst. Like, is it still there? Time? Yeah, it's like past a year. Like, that's not what it used to be.
I don't even use Google anymore. I use DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, I would swap back to that. Oh, so swap back. I should swap to that is what I'm trying to say. I still need Google for a bunch of stuff, but, you know, search history would be nice not for them to have.
I still use, I try not to use Drive as much as I did. I use Docs, mostly for work, because we don't have, like, proper word processors on the computers. We finally upgraded to Windows 10, from Windows 7, only because Windows 7 was finally, like, no longer supported. So the company's just like, all right, we're gonna upgrade, and we're like, cool. But yeah, so
I'm not finding anything.
Yeah, it's man. All right, I need to find the perfect sword too, real quick here. Oh,
Excalibur.
I almost did. This is like essentially the sword, but it's at the wrong angle.
Is Excalibur clip art? You gotta remember, he's using all clip art.
Yeah, so like,
it does look high res though.
That's the thing. Like, the keyboard and the sword look like he took those from other sources entirely and then like pushed them in. So this was worth my time. I'm so shocked that you came with the DVD you found, and like it's given me literally a half an hour's worth of content. Like.
yeah, just some shitty thing I found on the shelf.
Some shitty shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's actually quite good. I was watching over it, and he was like, "This is how you do this. This is how you do this," and I'm like, "That's still relevant to today." Like,
well, you want to know, real quick? I know I keep going on tangents, but you know, ain't that me? But if I can find it here, so I was going to do. I have a cassette. It's like not cassette, VCR, like VHS tape. It's like a 3-tape thing, and it's called like Nerd 2.0, like the history of the internet. And like looking at this box art, like I almost want to hook up my webcam just to show you like what it looks like. Looking at this box art, you would say that's gonna be one of those like goofy like instructional videos so you and the family can get on the web, like, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, this is gonna be funny as fuck. And it wasn't. And it was
Yeah,
actually
it never is.
it was actually
It never fucking
and here
is.
here it is. I captured the whole goddamn thing. Um,
By the annual financial
Yeah, I mean,
support
it's
of
got the
fewer
like cheese that
Story
comes
of
with
six
it,
young guys I first met with
but it
4
doesn't
years
have
ago
like
in
the
that
the
garage.
funny that like you want from it.
right, it's like it does. It has that '90s like gleam to it, like, but
A dude in bright colored shirts
Yeah,
talking to a
yeah.
camera, like
they're like here he's talking to Steve Jobs. I wonder if I can find it. He actually talks to fucking the fucking the asshole himself, Bezos. Where is it? Let me see if I can for Amazon. Let me see if I can.
oh fuck.
Does he?
Yeah,
No, it's in.
shit.
Hang on. Sorry, it's closer to the beginning. It's closer to the beginning, I think. Oh, it starts with him at a baseball game, and he sings the national anthem. I have no fucking idea why. Like,
Yeah, this looks like it was actually produced pretty well.
so it was. Well, that's the thing. It was a PBS documentary, and I should have realized. Like here in the States, like PBS, like that's actually like our highest quality of like when PBS makes a documentary about something, like it's actually really well researched, it's really well shot, and it's like
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 it's going to be a really fantastic thing to watch. So like, I actually just ended up watching the whole thing. Oh, there's that fucking Bill Gates. But like, please let me find it. Oh, they do this thing. I want to talk about it too real quick. They do this thing. This woman, she's Planet U. I don't even know what it is. She talks about like what her net life is, because they basically give it this like dog years like idea where they're like time spent on the internet, because things move so fast. Like the information is moving so fast that like basically if you spend a year on the internet, it's like spending 5 years in the real life, and they like calculate their like age. And I did mine, and I think I'm like, according to them, since I've been on the internet since like 1995, I think I'm like 100 years old now or something. I don't know. Like, it was.
I mean, that's like in a crazy way. In a crazy way, that's not too far from the truth. Like I know so much more than like my parents do now because of the internet.
That's
and like,
true.
and then like you go to my grandparents, and oh my
Here it
God.
is. There it is.
You
There
go
he
to
is.
gra-
There he is. There's the fucker.
Oh.
This is when Amazon was still a book only store.
Yeah, and then they were only just probably starting to look at those fucking ebook things, whatever the hell those
Right.
were, like the tablet things. Yeah.
But yeah.
God.
So there you go. So that's,
Look at these people working their ass off. Don't worry, fellas, it won't change for another 3
Don't worry.
years. It's gonna be
Jeff
still the same horrible.
Bezos, founder.
Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon.com.
Yeah.
I really like the Amazon. This is when I had hair.
All right.
I'm going bald already. I'm 23.
I'm 23. What is this?
I'm 23, and I'm already starting to bald.
What the fuck is this?
That's Around the World. That's
Oh,
Daft Punk's music video.
Okay. Yes, I downloaded that for something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, no, it's but like I find it fascinating that like the extent of my knowledge is so insane by comparison. There you go. That's the one.
That looks pretty good. Yeah, let's.
It's pretty good, but the
Especially-
resolution is absolutely awful.
It is, but it already has an alpha channel, which is like
I don't have to do anything.
exactly saves me. I can just do that and go, here you go. And actually, that looks. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm about this. I am okay with
Yep.
this.
All right, so I've pinpointed where Rare sort of went downhill, I think, and I'm
Okay.
sure if I did a ton of research, I could find out who's to blame for what and why that happened and all that sort of stuff. But from basically a fundamental level, 2001 was the last time Rare made anything worthwhile. 2001, which was Conker's Bad Fur Day and Mickey's Speedway USA, which was a Game Boy Color thing.
Mickey's Speedway USA.
Mickey's Speedway USA. So Star Fox Adventures, some people would argue that was still a good game, and I feel like that's probably fair if you're huge into that type of universe thing.
I've only ever seen the JonTron review of Star Fox, so I have no idea if it's a game worth looking at or not.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm just looking at it right now, and it's like Rare /THQ. So this is the last everything now is Microsoft Studios, and this was like the last. Yeah, so Conker's Bad Fur Day was literally like Rare, the last time Rare made a game. Everything else beyond that was like Nintendo, Microsoft Studios, THQ. I think that's like the publisher, yeah. And that means that Rare, like, that was the last in-house game they ever made, and that would explain why everything beyond that sort of went downhill. Like, I haven't personally played Perfect Dark Zero, but if you're copying the formula of the games that have come before, then it's obvious that you're going to be successful in some merit, but you're just copying past success. You're not innovating. I think Sea of Thieves seems like a pretty decent game. I haven't played it again.
Yeah, no, I haven't either. I probably should. It looks like something I might enjoy, but I don't know.
It's one of those things where you have to have friends.
Yeah.
Like, I think
thankfully I don't.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Like, you know what I mean, though. Like,
no,
you
I
have
know,
to
yeah,
have,
I know, yeah.
You gotta have your posse that play everything together.
All right. So it looks like.
But yeah, so Conker's Bad Fur Day. That's just so unfortunate. The golden age of like Nintendo and like Conkers and Rare and everything, 2001. So like 19, 20 years ago has just died.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's so sad. Oh my God, that came out 20 years ago. Fucking hell.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah. Like, I think there's a lot of cool games that have come out since, obviously. It's not like the dead of... Oh, gaming is now dead.
Gaming's dead. I mean, well... I mean, you say that in, like, joking, and I'm not saying, like, good games don't come out, but as far as, like, I can tell, like, major, like...
Oh, my God.
Triple A gaming is, like, dying. Like, it's pointless.
It's all... Yeah. So from an industry perspective, there's a chart, and I can't remember who said it or who put it up. It was like it was basically like a curve that was going up and down, and like either ends of that curve were like indie titles and AAA titles. So that we had the like AAA was the first curve, and then it went to indie. So it started with indie back in like the 80s with like Doom and a bunch of those types of shareware games, and then it went AAA. So, like, the guys who made Doom then became, like, a AAA company, made, like, Doom 3, and, you know, you had a bunch of all those 90 games which were, like, publishers, AAA games coming out of the wazoo. And then it went back down to indies with, like, the release of Xbox Live Arcade or something with, like, Super Meat Boy and stuff. So that sort of set that trend off, and then you had, like, Minecraft and all that sort of shit come out, and then it sort of now went back sort of towards the middle, where it was like big AAA games again were sort of picking up. Like I can't think of the titles off the top of my head, but you got a few decent ones scattered throughout, like, you know, God of War and Metal Gear Solid and that sort of franchise is keeping everything up.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid would be fun to play. I know that we couldn't play it together, but like I love that game.
Which one? Number 5?
Well, I mean, well, I don't know. I could play all of them, honestly. Like, yeah, Metal Gear 1 would be, like, my favorite to, like, stream, though.
Oh, Metal Gear 1's hilarious. I actually streamed. That was, like, one of the first games I streamed.
Really?
Was Metal Gear 1. Yeah. I mean, like, not ever, but, like, when I started streaming properly, that was, like, the first game I ever streamed. So, apparently... Metal Gear Solid 5 has the cooperative code built into it. That's why they made Metal Gear Survive so quickly.
Oh, okay.
But they haven't... I don't know if anyone's unlocked that or got that working yet, so maybe, like, in the distant future, we can play some Metal Gear together.
I'd be about it.
So Danny says, Grabbed by the Ghoulies was a surprisingly decent game. Not perfect, but the way the mobs interact with each other was golden. Skeletons slapping imps, death one-shotting mummies while chasing you.
I've seen
Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
I've seen Grabbed by the Ghoulies at work. I've never played that, so I have no idea.
Oh, wow, that's an Xbox. Yeah, no, that's... Wow. Yeah, that's going back. I remember seeing that game and being like, that's the game that, like, these types of kids play. I'm cooler than those kids.
These types of kids play.
Yeah.
Alright, now, the last thing for my wizard project. What font is he using? It looks like the same font that, like, the original Google logo is written in, because it's got that weird-ass, like, serify G in it.
It looks like just like a stereotypical, Windows XP font. Like, nothing fancy fans. I just realized, is there a way to, like, reverse font?
Oh, I don't know. I wish. That would be very useful if there was. I need the boldest and loopiest font that my system has on me, and it doesn't look like I've got anything.
Can you drop that picture of his font stuff onto the Discord, and I'll reverse font it using this program?
Packard. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Packard.
Let me. Here. Let me. I'll go. We'll just send it. Things we save. Keyboard wizard. I mean, I'm very happy that I saved it. So.
We can't identify that kind of file. What the fuck? Is it like a GIF?
Oh,
it's
it is.
GIF.
It is.
Oh,
yeah. Sorry.
It's not your fault. I'll have to reverse engineer this motherfucker.
It's why it had such low fucking color like data in it. It was just like yeet.
All right, I'm just gonna get just the font so it doesn't freak out. Let's use a PNG so we don't lose any more fucking quality. And let's try this mofo.
What did it get?
It's doing the thing. It's like click, select, identify the font. It's saying Jasmine Alt Black. Jasmine. No. Oh, it's $26.
No. Let's go to font and see if I can't find a Jasmine Alt
it's like,
Black.
It's like Jasmine Alt Black. That's not quite right though. Why do you need the font?
I just need it.
It's like
here, let me down. This site's letting me download it. I can't imagine for free. It's not okay. It's $132 according to this website. All right, let me see if there's an alternative.
Like, give me free font, man.
I like me them free fonts.
I do like that I have kind of just discovered that there is such a thing as reverse fonting.
Yeah, that's beautifully like useful. I'm so glad to know that exists.
Yeah, that's really handy. I'm just gonna link you what I'm using. Oh well.
The only problem with this is that I can't tell what the lowercase g's look like because they. Oh wait, here we go. Yeah.
Capitals.
What do we got?
Yeah, now you have to mouse over all of them.
Oh yeah, that's all caps. That's got a good one. That's got a good one. Let's do this. I literally don't care. I just need something close.
You just type it out, like if it like doesn't let you buy it and it lets you
yeah,
type
it's
it,
true.
you just type it out and zoom it in.
And zoom in and just it's fine. Like it works. Like where is the teletype font? I just want regular.
Grabbed by the Gully was Rare, why I brought it up. It was the first game they made after being acquired by Microsoft, right? But was it made by Rare or was it made by Microsoft Studios?
I do not
know. Where is
Grabbed
by the Gullies? It was made by Microsoft Game Studios, which they're from the stories I've read from Chris Xavier, I can't remember how to fucking spell his name. He was saying something along the lines of like, the teams got like split up in Rare had like a couple of they had the Barn and then they had like another group which was like Donkey Kong and then like Banjo and then like it was like the Nintendo Rare and then there was like the Barn Rare that made Conkers and apparently those teams all got like shuffled and split up really badly.
Okay.
Just for like a little miniature history lesson. But yeah, so whether or not if it was made by like the right people, then that could be great. I don't know. I don't really care to go back and play some of these games. Like they just haven't aged in a way that makes them enjoyable, if that makes sense.
Every time I've seen the box art, it gives me very like Zombies Ate My Neighbors vibe.
Yeah.
Vibes, I guess would be like
vibes.
There we go. This is it.
Oh, no. I just realized what you were doing. Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Welcome to my podcast page.
Welcome to my podcast.
Like the really welcome to my podcast page.
Oh yeah, like very
19
very bit crushed audio.
Yeah, welcome to my podcast page. We talk about video games.
Oh man, just before you know it,
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Before you know it, that's gonna be what I'm gonna have a page that looks just like this on my website. If you go to swholli.com/podcast.
Go to our official website. We've got podcast.midi playing in the background. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my god.
Ding, 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 ding.
There's something so magical and so terrible about Web 1.0. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, it's just. I have a lot of obviously like fond memories because like that was just back in the day like all we had. So, but
I'm gonna look up a website.
Yeah, the first thing I ever looked up was my uncle was showing me the internet, dial-up internet, and he's like, what do you want to like Google? You can Google anything you want. And it's like Google's like 2 years old. He's like, you can Google anything you want, and I'm like, I don't know. He's like, you could even see if pigs fly, and I was like, what if turtles could fly? And he Googled flying turtles, and it's an image search, and that was the first thing I ever saw on the internet. This is the only memory I have of early internet, like.
So flying turtles?
Yeah, we did a Google image search for flying turtles. Let me go.
I'm trying to find flying turtles. Wow.
But it was...
If only...
And we found it. There was somebody had done a picture. I mean, here's the modern equivalent, I guess. But somebody had done a picture of, a turtle with wings. And that's just what we saw. So it was, what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep. Okay, so I'm just a random comment on the fucking Ninja Turtles and how they've just degraded into just pure horror. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. The live action original Ninja Turtles was nothing to be desired. Like, hey kids, do you want to bite into my pizza? God.
Do you want to bite into my pizza?
Do you want to bite into my pizza, kid? Be radical.
Radical. Alright, let's make this.
Radical.
Let's make this 800. Boom. I did it. God, that looks goddamn. I mean, I bit crushed it. Got some nice baked in. That's it. That's it.
Get the artifacts going.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, did I close the... Oh my god, I keep closing... No, wait, no, I'm not closing Discord. What am I doing? Fucking... Splinter should have crushed up some anthrax pills into their pizza. Anthrax. What's anthrax?
Anthrax.
What's anthrax? I don't know what anthrax is. I don't use American drugs because we have a system here that actually lets you do things. It's not bullshit.
Lets you do drugs?
We got a system where we don't have big farmers ripping us off.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the non-political comment right there. Slip that nice right in. Oh my god, that looks like that should be a fucking like signature on a form.
I know.
Welcome to my podcast.
Welcome to my podcast.
We're gonna talk about Krispy Kreme. Oh, we didn't bring any Krispy Kreme, so we're gonna talk about video games. My second favorite thing.
Oh boy. No, I'm really happy that you showed me that I killed an hour, but like I'm so happy that I have that wizard now, like at my disposal.
I have a keyboard wizard. I'm not a keyboard... What do they call them? Keyboard warrior? Hey, excuse me, I'm not a keyboard warrior, I'm a keyboard wizard.
I'm a keyboard wizard. I took 3 classes in keyboard wizard.
I took in all the correct stats for keyboard wizardry. And,
Let's do this page source real quick while we're at it. Oh yeah.
oh,
Nothing
God,
nothing but tables, baby.
no.
Nothing but tables.
I'm still the same. I would like make a website today and it'd be like, dude, I'm using a table, and people would be like, please just use CSS and a bunch of other stuff, and I'd be like, nah, man, look, the table, beautiful.
Tables
Mwah.
are beautiful. Tables are beautiful.
Dude, it will be perfect scale every time.
I feel like I should.
Oh my god.
I feel like I should
Oh
add
my
that.
god.
I feel I should add that image. Oh, Vanilla Ice not looking too good.
Ice, baby.
Not looking too good there, is he? There we go.
Oh. This fucking face on the right here, Jesus Christ. Where's my Photoshop? Hold on, I'm gonna be doing my hour of Photoshopping now. It's one for the whole one image for the whole game. What you gotta go for player? Go for turtles.
Four
baby.
turtles.
Beautiful. It's not the correct document. What is this? A fucking... Oh, is it a WebP? WebP? Are you kidding me, bro?
Web PP.
Oh my god. WebP... Like, I understand why they're doing it, but at the same time, I just got an add-on that lets me just download them as a PNG. Like,
Yeah.
fucking bad. I don't like it.
He looks like.
He looks like, and you just die.
I don't even know what the word is that he looks like, but it's something.
He doesn't have a way of describing the way that he looks.
Like, this is one of those things where
it's
it's
an
like,
emotion I've never felt in my life.
if we had like one of those stupid like Discord turbo servers, like that would just be one of the custom emojis. Like, send the turtle face.
No, we can definitely use this as a picture, as a thing, because we just can't use it like outside of the server. I hate this so much. I can't even click properly. Oh no.
Oh boy.
I want this on my Twitch. I want it. I want it so bad.
Because it's like,
I need you to do
it's like 1 in the morning here for me, and it's like, what, noon?
It's like 3 p.m.
Oh yeah. So I at least
Oh my God,
I
hold
at
on.
least have like.
I haven't been sleeping, so that's my excuse.
I just noticed while I'm in YouTube, we've detected copyrighted audio and video in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. I wonder what they're talking. Do you think they're talking about the intro? Because it's fucking the Dragon Ball.
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, we don't have to use that. He looks like the bread puppet. Like, what's the fucking?
Are you talking about like meat puppet thing?
This fucking thing.
Oh, fuck! My cheeks hurt. Oh.
Send me that. Send me that. just.
Hold on, I'm gonna send you the original, and I'll send you the one I've cut out.
Okay, I want both.
What is this fucking face? What is this face? I don't like it. I gotta clean mine version up. The cheese is my face. So there's like this little white bit I need to like. There we go. I haven't had breakfast, so my brain's just like falling apart at the seams.
That's the most important meal of the day. What are you doing?
I mean, I had to rush to get to this podcast, man. It's important. It's too important. Okay, so on my server, I'm gonna add it as a fucking yeah. Hold on. Let me server settings. Emoji. I can show this. Okay. So let's upload an emoji. Assuming I haven't exceeded. I can have 50 emojis.
Woo.
Fucking tastic. I'm putting this into my stream images so I can have it while I do on my Twitch streams. God. I'm gonna call it. Awesome. So now I can tag with the face. Oh no! What are you doing? I'm just.
Nothing.
No, what are you? No.
Nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. Nothing important.
God, we're losing our minds.
No.
Turtles 2 Vanilla Ice. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Vanilla Ice. Why? I think it's just like the head tilt that really makes it. Like it's just, it's got that like little cheeky head tilt to the side.
There we go. This is
Oh
all.
my God.
This is all you need. That's all I wanted.
You could you should blend it. Like blend it so it like. Oh God, that looks even worse. You just like color corrected it and just like horrifically, like a really faded photo. I was gonna say you could like if you go to the bread layer and then just like, oh my God, and then just like get rid of the bread layer's mouth and eyes and then just like multiply the turtle layer, and then you'll have this amalgamation of just horror. That worked too well. That worked too well. So, for anybody who's still with us, this is what we did, I think, last time.
Yeah.
Show up the logo. Pull up the logo. I want to
Wait.
show people the logo.
Hang on. I still have it open. It's
We went absolutely like batshit insane, and then we started. Oh my God! You still have those open from like a week and a half ago?
they're all recovered. I need to close out of them. No, I don't.
Right.
I don't actually have it open. Never mind. Let me just we
You got it somewhere.
We were going through.
We were losing our minds, and we were just like, "How can we make our icons match?"
Yeah.
And then as a joke, I was like, "Put my head on your head," and then it just got perpetually more and more like crazier and stupider, and then we came up with the logo that you see today, which is my demon head intermixed with his like
my face,
your head, your actual head,
my actual head,
clip art head.
Because I have. Where was I? We're going deep into the veil here. No, not that.
I'm so glad this stream has just turned into like us talking about stuff to you just working on stuff.
Yeah, here we go. This was the reference photo.
Yeah.
So you can
So
see.
you know what we need to do, right? I need to take a photo of me without like any hands or anything in the same position, and then we Photoshop my face on your face. and then we'll come full circle.
This is supposed to be about like nostalgia and video games, and it's just sort of turned into
two people who are not high acting as if they're high.
Yeah, I'm just gonna close.
We're high on ADHD, I think, is the way to put it.
That's the best goddamn way to put. Yes.
We're
high on ADHD. That is God. Never thought of it that way, but you are absolutely right. I'm so glad that the keyboard wizard was like that was. I'm so happy.
It's a shame that he didn't use it on his actual video box.
Right? Exactly. Like.
Oh, hold on. I can do this. I can take a picture. I can take a picture on my phone and then I can send it to you what it actually looks like.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
that's right, because Discord,
right.
Discord and the fucking phone.
Mobile app. Yeah. It's like I don't upload my photos anymore. Like I don't plug in stuff to upload my photos anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I just like literally use Google Drive's photo system to like get my photos and stuff.
That's fair, yeah. Sometimes if I'm really lazy, I'll just email it to myself. Like.
Yeah, it's just like I'd rather do that than trying to like deal with plugging a USB and trying to get stuff to work.
Right.
Oh, for crying out loud! One thing that annoys me though is it's like you do that many things at once, and it's like I'll do it once at a time then.
Right. There we go. Oh boy. Oh.
So that's what the box looks like. And then DVD. You gotta show that on stream.
$48.50. Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, and this is 2003 money, like $48.50, and that's US dollars. That's
right.
So expensive, right?
That's for 2 DVDs in 3 hours. And you're spend $50 on a fucking. Nah, man, that ain't.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's like doing a course, but like you don't obviously have somebody there like helping you when you fuck shit up. But,
right.
I mean, it's actually pretty good. Like I was expecting some incompetent shit, but it was really competent.
That I mean,
it's
yeah.
Like that was like you with the PBS thing. Like you're like, oh, it's gonna be funny as fuck, and then it's just like, oh, this is really competent.
It was just really, yeah. I was like, oh, this is just a really good documentary.
Yeah, that's probably one thing about Australian culture that like is a bit sad compared to Americans' like video culture. Whereas like in America, you have all these like straight to VHS, straight to DVD things. You've got all these like TV broadcast things. You've got all of that stuff. In Australia, we had like 5 options, and those options are so ingrained in Australian culture now that like everybody I talk to in my age range is like, hey dude, do you remember Pokemon? And be like, hell yeah, I used to remember waking up to watch Pokemon on Cheese TV in the morning.
Hell yeah, Pokemon.
But like that was the thing. There was like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, and like what do you call it? Yu-Gi-Oh! That was like it. That's all we had. And then we had these 2 guys. Let me get a picture up of them. We had these 2 guys who were broadcasting it.
Who are those fuckers?
So they're like teenage kids.
They're like real teenage, and he's wearing like a 666 shirt.
Yeah, they were like definitely ahead of their time in terms of their personalities and their edginess. Like they were so ahead, and they've actually started up a Twitch.
Cheese TV, you said?
Cheese TV, yeah, Cheese TV.
I would like to look some of this up. Cheese TV. Oh.
Cheese TV.
This is...
It had like a... It was one of those things where like I was going to say something, but then I was like, wait, you wouldn't have had that. So you've got like... these crazy intro stuff, and then they had like these like competition time stuff, and then they would show kids like drawings on the on the TV, and so you would throw entries in, and it was like across all of Australia. It was Cheese TV, and it was the only place you could watch cartoons outside of like other channels on random ass times of the day. But those guys, they actually came back and started doing Twitch streams, which is the most bizarre thing. Because they're so ingrained in that Australian TV culture that they tried to do Twitch streams, and it was just awkward as fuck.
Yeah. How old are they? Like, well, what year is like? I'm watching a little bit right now. Like, what year is?
Probably about like 99, 2000. They started in 1995, and they were like little tiny kids, and they stopped it 10 years later at 2005.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is Oh man,
It's oh fuck, what was it? Ryan and Jade. Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think
Ryan and
what
Jade.
if we had like an equivalent, and like really we didn't.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this was the TV show to watch in the morning.
Right.
Like there was other channels with some cartoons going on sometimes, but like it was just not a thing.
The closest thing I can like equivalent to what we would have had was like if you would watch like Nickelodeon and you'd watch like All That or Drake and Josh and like all those shows that like would come out.
Yeah, I think Nickelodeon was like the closest comparison to my from my experience.
Yeah, we that was like because they were the only like thing doing like live action like for kids stuff. I mean, now granted, there was local stuff. Like we had like the at least in this area we had like the WB, which is the Warner Brothers like television show, like network. And they had their own like kids WB, I think it was called, and it was like that. It was all usually done locally. It was like it would be you had hosts and stuff that way. But yeah, nothing like this, and it actually kind of makes me sad because this would have been really like I would have really enjoyed this like growing up, like just two dudes like roughly my age, like just talking about like stuff.
Oh, they were really good presenters, and they would have to like hold back so much because they were like remember how like much we would swear as kids and how like we would talk about weird dopey shit, like
yeah,
they were exactly like that. Like they had to do it for kids, you know, like well not kids but like you know like they had to make sure it was like TV friendly because
right.
It was like all of Australia was watching.
This is
a thing, isn't it? It's definitely a throwback with the clothes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that, the t-shirts and the everything about this is like, I mean, even though I didn't watch this growing up, like everything about this, I'm still like, I'm immediately brought back to a time like, which makes
it's got all the colors and everything too. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's like the picture time thing.
Yeah. It makes me happy to know that like at least in terms of like Western culture, that the '90s was still didn't really matter what part of the world you were in. Like the '90s were the '90s.
Yeah. No, like if Cheese TV didn't exist, Australian culture would be so much different today.
Right.
Like, absolutely. Like, The Simpsons is, like, ingrained in Australian culture. Like, I don't know how much it's affected American culture, but it's, like, ingrained in Australian culture.
It is... The Simpsons is one of our longest running television shows, and we, like, revel in that shit, so...
Like, yeah, no, it's the first 10 seasons are like Australians like go to 100%.
That's fair. Yeah.
There you go. There's like them.
Oh, here, let me pull up.
These guys much older now, putting on some weight. Metabolism's not working quite like it used to.
Hairline's a little closer than you remember it being, but
a little further back.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it was the nostalgia of like, you say Cheese TV to anyone in my age, like our age group, and they'll just be like, dude, yes, yes.
Oh, look at this! They're playing with toys.
Yeah, because they would have these competition time stuff, which is probably what you're looking at right now.
I think I have a whole episode. This is like 2 hours.
Yeah, that would be the whole episode. Assuming they've included the episodes of the... Because they would cut from this into a TV show.
Right. I think that they've probably cut the show out. Yeah, this is just clips.
Cheese TV,
TV clips, yeah.
Yeah, because they would do... Yeah, there you go. That's like an
Cheese Computers. Right, I saw a credit. Cheese Computers supported by Packard Bell.
Oh my god, yeah.
10.
Channel 10. Network 10 Australia.
Nice.
Cheese TV. God, that is ingrained in my brain. Cheese TV.
I feel like fuck, my brain lost it. I feel like honestly like I've seen people do this kind of stream before too, where it's literally just Like we turn on
like a show.
Yeah, like we turn on. Well, yeah, we could do something like this too. I was saying like literally you and I like one day like if we're doing an episode like let's just turn this on, find a way that we can both watch it simultaneously and like just like
commentary,
Mr. Science Theater it like because like I feel like there's a lot to get out of this because like you know you get the nostalgia rush, I get something I've never seen before like.
Absolutely, yeah. God, oh man, I'm just trying to see if they've actually still got their like Twitch channel. They might have started and just stopped it and deleted it because they're like, I think they've deleted it. Oh man,
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, like they were doing like Cheese TV Twitching. I think it was just one of those cases where they were like, oh, we could get really big off of this, and all you have to do is sit around and play games.
Right,
and
everybody.
I remember watching it. And I was watching it, and I was just like, fuck, these guys are just awkward as fuck. They've got a channel still. There it is. Cheese _/ TV.
I see it, yeah. _TV /Twitch, or is this different? No, this is different.
One.
This is different.
Yeah, so this is the
this
official one.
Oh, / because somebody already had Cheese _TV.
Yeah, so this was 3 years ago. Fuck, I didn't realize it was so long ago they did it.
Nice.
Subscribe. But yeah, so this is them.
Yeah.
It was nostalgic as hell to watch it because you were like, oh my god, I remember these guys growing up. And that was like, so Ryan, the guy on the right, Jade, I think, may have gotten booted off or he stopped doing it. And then Ryan was doing it with some chick. I think that was like the downfall of Cheese TV. Everyone sort of started losing interest after that. Because their banter together was really good.
They had 280 total views, and their chat's going off because it's been
it's been
archived.
20 plus years.
Yeah, so people are like, hey, what are they playing? Are they playing Halo?
Games. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm on the same video as like I saw Mario Kart.
Yeah.
That would be something.
Just skipping through it.
That would be something we should do. Let's do Mario Kart 64. Like try to get a net play working with that.
Oh my god! Dun, 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 dun.
And then they play some good old FIFA.
Hold on! Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious! I want to go back a frame. Look at those faces in the back. Like that goes.
Oh my god! Look at his lips. The guy cheering, like the player. He's like,
So how do we do N64 net play? 1 second. Somebody's now disturbing me.
Somebody's knocking on the door.
No, I'm in the middle of a podcast.
I'll throw it to one of my players. No! Hey!
Oh man, this is so European.
All right, go Liverpool. Come on, Liverpool. Liverpool.
This is amazing. Like watching them play FIFA because for me, it's like obviously football, soccer, like is not a sport that we care about. So.
Oh my god. Alright, sorry, that was my mate dropping over a key.
Nice.
I completely forgot that was happening. He's just like, it's going, man. I'm like, I'm in the middle of a podcast.
I'm on the internet. I'm talking to some people. Oh, jeez.
Because I was thinking it was like my dad or somebody. I'm like, dude, what the hell, man? I told you not to. What the hell, Dad?
Told you not to come in.
Dad, I'm fucking podcast. I'm trying to talk with my friends.
I don't want to pull up Facebook.
Ugh.
I'm
just looking at like the net play stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know how like well it works because like
I don't know. I've never actually done an emulation like over net play. I think it's gotten better since like the last time I looked into it, but I don't know. I mean, I will say that when I was doing the X-Link stuff with my Xbox, like that was like seamless. I was getting no lag, and I mean, I was playing with people all over the fucking like. So it's like if you can get a fucking virtual LAN working with an actual hardware machine, like I can't imagine that the emulator doesn't work. Like, gotta be.
I mean, that's the thing. Like the stuff we've been using is using through like the actual proprietary stuff. It's not actually like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like the actual net play stuff, whereas this is like forcing net play. So it's saying like players with a stable connection and low ping should use client input authority, and players with unstable connection and or high ping should use host input authority. Host input authority is when player net play server, i.e. the host, is in charge of the client's input data. This allows the server to proceed without having to wait when a packet carrying input data for the client is dropped or delayed. That is my favorite sound in my ears. Packet carrying input data from the client is dropped or delayed. Right, so it's saying like do host input authority, so then it's not lagging out.
I'll be honest, I don't know a goddamn thing what you're saying right now.
I'm just reading like the technicality of it because it's like it's one of those things where it's like I'm looking at it from a perspective of you're trying to do synchronization of like game state stuff with a lot of these games, and what they're saying is that you should just play with if you're got a high ping, just play with like the game running. And I'm like, yeah, but then you're gonna have lag on the client side, right? Or is that gonna be, I don't know, I'd be curious. I'm just genuinely curious. We should try all of that out at some point.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Because
I
would love to play through Perfect Dark with somebody.
Yeah.
Because that game is absolutely solid, especially if you use like the mouse, like a mouse as the like there's like a setup you can use like the mouse as the way to aim the gun and stuff. So you can play it like a first-person shooter, which is even better.
Yeah.
How
do I play with bots?
Oh, okay. Where are you now? Yeah. So just go multiplayer.
Okay.
Or online, whatever the fuck it's called. Xbox Live Online.
Xbox Live. Do I have to make a profile?
Yep.
Okay, hang on. I need to full screen because I don't actually.
Yeah, I had to do that myself. It was a pain in the ass. I had to do it with massive like input delay as well. It was even worse. Parsec is pretty solid for the N64 net play. Well, I'll have to give that a go. I would love to play like Conker's Bad Fur Day, like multiplayer.
Yeah, original. Let's do that.
Yeah, classic.
Classic. All right, let's just.
Oh, you're going for the lowercase s? Ugh.
Yeah, you know. I'm
Dude, edge.
Feeling edgy.
You gonna throw some numbers and X's and dashes in there too?
No, I should. Actually,
go.
Yeah, let's. All right.
No. Just continue. We're not doing that. Emily?
I don't know what that's from or what that means.
Just go. Where are you?
I want to change. I want potty mouth.
You're in profile.
On.
Oh, then go to like the go right or something. Like push right on the thing.
I am. Why is it
profile options?
What is Emily?
Just I mean, I have no idea. I'm just watching you, and I'm just like,
potty
this is
mouth.
a struggle.
Look, potty mouth. They won't let me. It's. Oh man, I don't even know. Is it?
Flame fire purple streak. Potty mouth. Oh right, it's probably an unlock. There's a lot of stuff that's grayed out because it's unlocks. It might be.
Okay.
It might be like they swear or something. Is it like a ha ha? Look how edgy we were.
Okay.
We were so edgy.
So.
All right, you made your profile, right? So you go out of profile settings.
So am I doing?
And then go up.
I don't. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, you.
Dumb bots.
Dumb bots is bots. Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Solo. Okay. Here we go. So what are these maps?
You're playing 2-player, I think. Just go dumb bots. Go. Solo, and then yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Let's do.
So it's like the beach. I did the beach one. I haven't done any of the other ones, but they're nothing like the originals.
Oh, okay. So it's just all new shit anyway. All right.
Well, like Beach Dead is somewhat reminiscent of the beach from the campaign, but not overly. Yeah. So you gotta unlock shit, and it was just like, ugh.
How do you what? Unlock? What do you unlock? Like, do you have to play online to unlock stuff?
It's got progression, so you got to keep winning games to get like
Oh.
to get unlocks and shit. Yeah, like it's. So you're gonna go squirrels on this one?
Yeah.
This will be interesting. This is gonna be interesting. This is like where I was like, man, this game sucks. Controls took ages for me to get like a hand on them. Like they were so weird.
I'm not a fan of inverted.
Can you pause it and change it?
I can, yeah. There we go. There we go, up and down. Okay. What am I waiting?
Right.
Am I waiting for the boat? I turned the volume
Yeah.
down, so I don't actually.
Yeah, no, it's doing the 10-second, like it's doing the initial countdown, so the other team can get in position.
Oh, okay.
Because they're defending and you got to attack.
Oh,
So it
okay,
makes sense.
okay,
Like
okay.
there's stuff that makes sense, but like, man, it's just, yeah, just watching you stand there, watching everyone run away. Probably the biggest thing is like you have to be scoped like 50% of the time because the fucking resolution is garbage.
Right. I mean, I have this hooked up to on a God, what am I?
HDMI thing.
No, not HDMI, but the component cables. Like I have.
Right, yeah,
So I'm getting
yeah.
a nice crisp 480p out of this at least.
Yeah, I had the same thing too, where it was like, oh, this is a crisp 480p, but it's still 480p, so it's still
Right.
like real fucking struggle town trying to see what the fuck's going on.
This bot. I don't even know what's happening. I like the little
Yeah,
I like the little particle effects on the screen, like the little they're not even particle effects, they're just little textures of like the water falling down.
Yeah, where it's got all that like environmental
Yeah.
stuff going on. Back in like, so one of the things I wanted to talk about this fucking game is its obsession. I think you got to blow those barrels.
Oh.
I don't really fucking know. The butts were mostly doing the work. You
Yeah,
know? 'Cause
yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
I guess we're going in.
There you go. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, it's like so funny playing games from these eras because they always suffer from like, all right, we've created this cool feature where water goes down the screen. All right, turn it up to 11.
Right. They
Like-
they really want you to know that it's there.
Yeah, and like the fur on all the like every character looks like it's got like put their fingers into like electrical slots and stuff because all their hair and fur is all like just
Yeah.
so floofy and like ridiculously like it's just everything's been turned up way too high. Like it just looks ridiculous in some cases.
Well, they want
Yeah, this is the trench I was talking about. Like what is this?
I don't. Yeah, this is bad. They wanted you to know. I guess I gotta spawn somewhere. Okay. They wanted you to know that they could render the fur like this, even though
Yeah, I know, right?
even though it really doesn't look that great.
It was like, look at the technology, man.
Like looking at it, like it's
Look
like
at the rendering technology.
it's like rudimentary hair physics, like particles.
Yeah, it's a. I think it's just like the era where they just started to get shaders, and this is like one
Right.
of the first shaders they've created, which is like the fur shader.
Yeah,
And
they're
it just
like
looks ridiculous. Like looking at his tail, it's just it don't like. You don't look like you're looking at a tail. You look like you're looking at like a cloud.
yeah.
It just looks too fluff.
It looks like it would have made more sense to have it be like a what's the a fucking like a plant. Like it looks like a plant. Like
Yeah, like a super spiky furry plant thing,
Yeah.
like a cactus.
it looks organic, but it doesn't look like organic mammalian. Like it looks like plant like.
Yeah, like it's
this
got fibers
trench.
that are peeling off.
This trench is terrible. I mean, granted, I picked like the dumb heavy class, I guess, and I don't.
No, like it's the same with all the other classes you
Do
play.
they all
like,
move
you just
this
get
slow?
massed. Yeah,
Oh, then this is pretty bad.
like I mean, there's probably some class you can unlock that can get through quick and jump over the edges and stuff. But like in a actual online match with competent players, they would not let you get like a
Oh
meter.
no, you'd be fucking destroyed. I mean, I'm getting like eaten up by bots for God's sake.
Yeah. God, yeah, there's just so much shit happening that you just don't know what's going on. Like, it's just a clusterfuck of name tags and explosions.
Exactly. Like, there's too much on the screen. That's what's happening. I can't.
And now you're like dying. I think I can't really fucking like.
Right. Where am I? I don't know the map layout very well. I mean, that's my fault.
Yeah.
That's not the game's
So-
fault per se, but
Yeah, I mean, but like, yeah, now you're going the wrong way.
am I?
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, you just went the wrong way. Yeah, you now have to go up the trench again.
Oh.
Yeah, because they share exactly the same spawn points. So like
this-
the enemy.
So basically, you're pushing the enemy back to take over their spawn.
Yeah, you're
essentially?
taking their spawn points. Yeah.
That's-
It's just
That's not a bad idea in concept.
yeah. Oh, I agree. Like Battlefield did it really well, but this is just a clusterfuck.
Did you ever play Ratchet and Clank 3?
I would say yeah, but not the multiplayer.
Oh, I love the multiplayer.
Well, that's the thing. Like Australian internet stuff, like we have problems now in 2020 with like populating games. Try to think all the way back to fucking like 2005, where like 10 people had net play on like PlayStation 2, and then like 10 people on top of that would actually play, like, 5 people on top of that would actually play the games that you played at random times. Like, I mean, at the same time, we would play on like US servers and it would always be garbage, and then we would get booted for having too high of a ping. Like, it was, like, Australian gaming online was not much of a thing for a very long time. Like, even to that today, like, it's a thing today on the big popular games, but it's not on the, like, smaller games. Like, if there's, like, this is an indie game where you can play online with your friends, you're like, oh, no one's playing it. Because no one plays it in general online, let alone Australians. That makes it even, like, comfortable to play. I think it's because you're, like, on that... You got, like, the super jump going on, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
I've got this like heavy guy. Like he's got like.
So I don't know if you're meant to shoot the gate or not. Like I think the context is you're meant to be shooting things. So like maybe if you like.
I'm
no
like
fucking
direct.
idea.
I'm direct hitting these bots with like a rocket, and they're not. I am on a roll.
Nice. How does it sound on the stream? I should probably check that.
I tried.
Oh, no.
Excellent play. I am just tearing it up in
Yeah,
here.
no, it's fine. I checked it. It's still good. Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
like don't get me wrong. This is like if I was still working on my remake thing, I would probably like do all the classic stuff, and then if I was still way into it, I'd do all this stuff as well. Like just for the sake of having it there for all the players, if that makes sense. But like, man, it's just
I feel
it's
like
not the same.
with multiplayer anything, I don't think you can have. It just doesn't feel tight enough to me.
Well, like, yeah, like this is like this would be competing with something like Halo,
Yeah, like this is.
and like, nah.
I don't even know how to describe it. This is very, very much like. It's entirely the game feel. Like it's nothing that you can see on screen. Like, and then you know because you just played it recently too. But like to anybody in the stream right now, like it's nothing you can just see. It's how it feels.
Yeah, it's just old game clunky. It's
Like the original Conquer is kind of clunky, but like that's like to be expected because you're playing with a fucking N64 controller. Like.
yeah, and that was like it was a big open areas, and like you would have everything would have its own little designated spot. Like I'm thinking of like colors where you've got your 2 forts with the 3 very clearly distinct areas they're going to shoot from, and then these giant open fields where you can run and jump, and it's really hard to hit people running and jumping. Like.
Right. Fuck. Well, we got the door open. I think
Sweet.
I think we're gonna actually win this match.
I think you're way further than I ever been. Yeah, I haven't seen this part yet. So and you're dead immediately. Okay.
Yeah. Got shot. There's like gas. They're like hitting us with gas. I don't know where I'm going. I think I'm going the wrong way. I was going the wrong way. Yep. So here's the thing though. Like, so I actually think that the game, like, mode that we're playing, I think that this is like very interesting. Like, you know,
It could be fun as like a cooperative thing with two mates
I think
against
I
bots.
think I lost.
Yep, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, like I could totally see like hey, you know, we're taking over the base and they have to defend the base. Like, I like that as a concept. And I could see it getting really like, you know, close quarters there towards the end while I was playing.
I love how your team's score is significantly. Oh, I was going to say significantly higher. I mean, your CP's is higher, but like
Yeah.
everything else is like, what a joke! Like,
I killed
probably plays a lot
21
differently.
bots.
I was going to say, it probably plays a lot differently with actual people.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it does. But oh goodness. So I don't know.
It's a rough game to play, isn't it? Like, it's not. You're not like, I want to go again. You're like, I
Yeah.
think I'm done.
I think I'm done. I think one was enough. Like, I don't
Yeah.
really feel the urge to do that again.
I mean, there's other levels, and it seems like there's like vehicles and stuff in it. And again, that kind of gets into that whole like, what is the game's identity at that point? Is it just competing with other online games?
Yeah, like if you're gonna make a Conquer remake, like make it something. I don't know. Like I remember the multiplayer being a lot more, like you said, like it had a way bigger identity, like for itself. Just yeah, the way it like feels even is just kind of icky.
Yeah, I liked playing. Like, in the original Conker's Bad Fur Day, I think one of the big things that people liked about it is that it had, like, the combat stuff, but it also had, like, the tank level, it had the race level, it had that, like, almost Mario Party-esque game modes to it.
Yeah.
While still retaining that, like, PvP combat.
Yeah, like I fucking remember playing the dinosaur level, and I think
I
there's
love that one.
I think there's a dinosaur in the Xbox version, right? Like you can still play that game, or no?
No. So all those game modes are non-existent on the Xbox version.
Oh, so it's all like combat.
It's yeah. I think it's all just like I said, edgy 2005. This is an online shooter game, and it's none of the fun stuff.
And it's so clearly like, because when does Gears come out? Like 2007. Like
Gears of War came out 2006.
Okay,
So
it's like
a couple of years after.
It's like a couple years. It's just a couple years shy of like. Not that Gears is like the end all be all, but like when Epic is like,
that
hey,
was the peak of Edge Lord.
Yeah, but also like with mechanics to like back it up, or they're like, hey, this is how a third person shooter like can feel and actually like play well, and you're like, cool. I like the way that this game feels. I like shooting in this game. I like controlling my character. You know, like. And yeah, it was peak edgy, but it was still like, you know, it had an identity. It was clearly like Gears of War, like, you know. And so, I don't know, like, I think they were just a little too short. If maybe the Conquer remake had been made on like the 360 and had like more, you know, like, I want to say modern, like, I hate to say it, but like with a more modern like design aesthetic. Because it's just a little too like gunky. Like it's to say it correctly, like it's because Halo plays like an FPS, and Halo basically is like, this is how an FPS on the console like can work, and everyone's like, okay, cool, I get how Halo is neat. But then like this game comes out and it's just like, hey, we got third person shooting mechanics, and it's like this is just no good.
Yeah, well, Danny just said Live and Reloaded's multiplayer was more like a discount Halo.
Yeah, I can see that.
So Perfect Dark got like a graphics upgrade. Like, so let me full screen this picture just so people can actually fucking see it. But this is like the comparison of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like this is like blocky as hell, and this has got more smoother. Like it's not necessarily. It's gone from like N64 to like PS2, late PS2 graphics, where it's like everything is way more higher res. It's still like the same environment and still all the same bits, just higher resolution textures and slightly higher polygon count, which is all you needed for Conkers, in my opinion. Like if they did that transition, it would have been perfect. Don't touch anything else.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like the HD like trilogy packs of like Ratchet and Clank and like Jak and Daxter on the PS3. Like, granted, those games have some glitches and they're not like perfect or anything, but like basically that's all they did. The team behind them just said, hey, we're gonna take the games as they were on PS2, we're gonna upscale the resolution, some of the texture work will get a little bit higher so it's not so fuzzy, and like, hey, there you go, it's on the PS3 and it plays the same and it feels good, and you're like, God, this is the same game I played on the PS2. I'm so glad you've done this for me, thank you.
Yeah. It's just, it is that whole like, such a shame that games companies just don't realize how like simplistic, like, I mean, there's probably a humongous publisher problem more so than anything else. Is like whoever owns the IP is just being a cunt for no reason.
Essentially.
Yeah, so like, I mean, it's like, dude, just make it $1 million, man. You do the thing, you make $1 million. It's like, obviously that's not how the world works, but yeah, I just think of like Conker's Bad Fur Day, and I'm like, if they just remade that Live and Reloaded's, campaign, and then just fall back to the pre-censorship stuff in the N64 version, then keep the multiplayer of both Live and Reloaded and the N64, and then just upscale everything. Like it's not. I'm not asking for the freaking world. I'm just asking for the most basic of.
I mean, with games that like exist entirely on like an online space, like I am shocked that with the success of like game remakes being a thing, like I'm shocked more companies that own these IPs don't just, even if they, like you said, just do a really quick like, hey, we upscaled it, we did some texture work, it took us like 3 months to get it's essentially a mod, and we put it on a next gen console. Like, why not though? Like, because that's the thing, because like if somebody like, so the reason I even got into like the whole like the X-Link Kai thing when I was like trying to get my Xbox to hook up online is because I was like saying to myself, like, I never played Halo 2 on the Xbox back in its heyday. Like I've played it original Halo on the PC, and like I was mostly a PC gamer when it came to online stuff back then. And I was like, what did I miss? Like, what if and I know I could play the Master Chief Collection, so that is actually an example where, hey, they did do the exact thing I'm saying. But like, that's what I mean. Like, if I were somebody who's like, okay, for example, with me, like Ratchet and Clank 3 was a game I did play online on consoles a lot. That was just a game I loved for some reason, and like that game. All the servers that existed for it don't exist anymore. The PS2 servers obviously way shut down a long time ago. The PS3 servers for the remake one have been shut down, and even then nobody was playing it because I played it when it came out, and I was like, there was like 10 people. I had a few times playing it old for old time's sake, and some people played with me. But like, I don't know, like why not just make something that you can hopefully profit on, that like gives you the opportunity to revisit things that just don't function anymore. Like, yeah, I can put in any of my single player games at any point and they'll still work like the day I had them, like, because that's the thing, that's the content, it's all on the thing, it's good to go.
Yeah.
But when you have an online thing, and I mean, this is like, obviously I'm not touching on any new topics, but when you have this online existence, when you have this game that can only be played with other people over an internet connection, and then the servers that ran it no longer exist, you lose like a big portion of like that piece of history, and it's really sad that like you can't play it anymore.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest things about game development for me as a developer, is that I'm like, I appreciate all of that sort of stuff. So it's like when I was designing a multiplayer game, I was like, I want it to have connect via IP connection. I want to have it so you can just find LAN games over a network. Like, it doesn't need... Like, so, at the very least, that say if my servers go down or whatever, that LAN option is still there. Much the same with the X-Link Kai stuff, is that it like, despite the fact that everything is shut down, the LAN stuff still works exactly the same as the online stuff. Which is, it just gives you that, like, oh, we can still play the, Halo 2 on Xbox. Like, that's an option. It's not a like, oh no, that game's dead. Like, the servers are dead. Like, trying to load up Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 2142 is like, it literally won't even let you log in. Like, because it needs a login server. That was their DRM.
Oh, fucking... I was playing for the first time. I've never played Mercenaries 2 because I didn't quite care for that game, but it doesn't matter. I was trying to play Mercenaries 2 on PS3. And,
that fucking game.
Yeah, and the first thing I do, like, I install the content, which that was fucking amazing that it took 5 minutes to install content. I was like, oh god, I fucking modern gaming and all this shit. And then I go into play. And as soon as the main menu, I haven't even, like, started the game. The main menu, it says, and of course, it's EA. They're, like, trying to connect to EA's servers, and it freezes the fucking game. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so I restarted. I thought maybe my disc was, like, because I bought it used. I was like, maybe the disc sucked, whatever. I try again. Same thing. As soon as it tries to connect to EA servers, it freezes the entire game. I can't even... My PS3 is essentially, like, bricked. I can't even fucking get into, like, the PS3 menu. I have to turn it off via, like, hard reset. And I'm like, this is bullshit. And so I look up to see, like, what's going on, and I find, like, a Reddit thread or a fucking whatever thread, like a forum, like, GameFAQs forum, and somebody's like, hey, I was trying to play Mercenaries 2, and this thing happened, and they're like, oh yeah, EA servers have been shut down, you just have to play offline, that's the only way you can play. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll do the same thing. And just out of curiosity, I was like, I wonder when, like, this happened. I looked at the fucking post, and it said 10 years ago. Like, the game came out in 2008. They shut the servers down in 2010. So for 10 years, counting, you can't fucking play fucking Mercenaries 2 without turning your internet off. Yeah. And it was just, I don't know, it baffled me. I was like, this is amazing that this is, like, how shit is sometimes.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you just want them to, like, hey, we don't want you to work on this game anymore. Can you just make a patch for when... It's like, can you just write a patch up that this game development's now over to get rid of that problem?
Right.
Because it's like, because people are going to buy it going, oh, I want to play Mercenary 2s again, and then it fucking gets the DRM problem.
Right.
And it's like, I'm going to refund it. Like,
but then,
like,
and then
it's wasted money.
The thing about that too, and it's like, because what about when eventually the fucking PS3 is, like, never supported again, because eventually that'll happen, and then it's like, oh, I can't even download the patch data. Well, I guess you'd have to get it from some third party, like, you put it on a USB stick and, like, do it that way.
Yeah.
But, like,
there's at least that option, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, I haven't touched my PlayStation 3s in a long time because I've got 2 of them. I fixed one and I was like, oh, it's working like new.
I think I have like 4 now, but that's because I work at a used game store and I get shit all the time.
Yeah, I have 2 just so I can play. Like, I've kind of discovered that anything with NetPlay, I might just invest in like 2 of them just so I can do LAN.
Yeah.
That's like it.
That's
like,
yeah.
That's all. But yeah, outside of that, it's like, I haven't touched it. I don't even know if it would ask me to update it if I turned it back on now.
There is one more update. If you did turn it on, that came out, I want to say last year.
Yeah.
And I only know about this because I've updated mine recently. And it was just some, like, little quality of life things for the PS3 because, like, people still play the PS3. There are still a few servers online. One of which being Black Ops 2, which I played on that. But of course, even that's not like 100% functional. You can't do like they used to have the emblems or whatever. You could make your own like custom emblem. Like you can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore. That's all broken. So I played for a little while and I got like some XP and I was like, cool, now I can do emblems. And then I go to try to do it and they're like, you can't do it. And I was like, fuck you. I was like, I just wanted to enjoy this 8-year-old game to its fullest.
You can't even do that. Yeah. I mean, like, there's like that I think is the design philosophy that's killing the game industry and just in general is we need to monetize off of this, so therefore everything needs to go through our servers and systems, and therefore like for example, PUBG or Fortnite or most recently Fall Guys, when those games die, they're dead. Mm-hmm. They're never coming back. They're gone.
That's terrible.
Like, yeah, because it's like, hey, do you have the infrastructure or the server code to host 100 players without shitting a brick? Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's some high end stuff. That's not just like me setting up like some like World of Warcraft, emulation server, like private server thing where it's like that code was leaked and therefore it was like some functional at some level, and you can, your shitty computer can easily handle like 20 people because it like, or your shitty internet can easily handle 20 people because that's a MMO in a nutshell. Like they're highly optimized for that stuff. Whereas like something like a first-person shooter or a PUBG, Escape from Tarkov and all that sort of stuff, that's just dead. Like those games will never come back. Unless there's like a huge, like 10, 20 years from now, people are like, bring back Tarkov or bring back PUBG. We want to relive those classic days.
Right.
And then you've got like PUBG Classic. And, that's like the only way that those things ever get revived. That was like what happened with World of Warcraft Classic. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like fucking... I found out just recently that EverQuest 1 and 2 are still available free to play. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked to find out that those are still available on Steam, and that Ultima Online is still like functioning. Like that's amazing to me. Like these games that have been out since like 1999 like are still have a player base and people still play them.
I was going to say, I think that's got more to do with, like, the generational differences, though, which is kind of fascinating because, like, if you go to, like, say, Ultima Online, those were, like, computer nerds that were playing those games. It wasn't, like, Billy playing Fortnite with the cool sick DLC skins. This guy who's playing Ultima Online has, like... He understands the game through and through, that it's like he gets the min-max sort of appreciation out of it, and he's built these online friends that he's had since, he was like 35 when the game came out,
right.
Like, whereas like you get, and that's the same with like EverQuest, that was in that, that era. And I think the Sony Online Entertainment made EverQuest 2 and Star Wars Galaxies. Mm-hmm. And what they did with Star Wars Galaxies is it's one of this thing. You could look it up. It's like such a huge deal. But they made the new Galaxies edition, or it was like new. Basically, they revamped the combat. They changed everything about the game's combat,
and everyone hated it.
And everyone hated it, and it just killed the game. It just made it like people were still playing it in mass, but it was just not popular enough to host a server.
Right.
And it was purely because they changed what the game was, and that was why people play those games. Like EverQuest hasn't changed.
Right.
And that's why people keep going back to it. It's like it's got that, fun aspect, and it's got those elements to it, whereas these elements are just getting lost in modern games where they're like if I play League of Legends now, it will not be the League of Legends I played 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, when did League of Legends? Holy shit! When did that come out? That was like 2010.
Probably. I remember that, like when it first took off and everybody was like into it.
2009.
Ooh.
It's been 11. It's almost been 11 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, I played that. So I was really high rank in League of Legends long time ago. And it's one of those things that it's perpetual, creating new content, changing the content. Like I said, if I went back to the first release, I'd be like, fuck, I don't remember any of this. If I went to like 2 years into the game's lifespan, I'd be like, I remember all of this.
Right.
And then if I would go to it now, I'd be like, I haven't got a fucking clue.
You're like, I don't know where I am.
Like, yeah, like it's changed so drastically.
I mean,
and like, it's worked for them,
right? But I mean, I guess the analogy of the boat. I don't remember whose fucking boat, but like you keep replacing board by board. Like, is it still the same fucking game at the end? Like, if you keep changing things, like, and I mean the core aspect remains the same. Like, it's like, it's not like you go in and you're like, hey, we're making a new solitaire. Like, it's still solitaire, but we're adding like 50 new cards or something. Like, yeah, okay, you're still playing solitaire, it's just different. Like, same thing, like, oh, it's League of Legends, it's still, we got the 3 lanes, you got your heroes, it's got that. But it's like, if you keep balancing things and changing things and nerfing this and deleting that and updating this and like, I don't know, like, is it still the same game you played? Like, do you still...
No, I think it's I think for something like League of Legends, it's safe to say it's not. They actually at one point redid all the code. Like,
really?
Literally, because the code was they started it off and they didn't think it would blow up as big as it did. And so all their code was just hard coded in, like everything was hard coded. So it became spaghetti code where it was like fix on fix on fix on fix on fix. So rather than having something like this effect applies before this effect and this, like, like a stack of effects,
right? They
had functions of effects where it would like do this function into that function into this function into that function.
Oh god.
Which is like the whole, oh my god, this is dumb, like bad coding thing. So they had to fix that. I remember that was years ago. I don't know whether they did it or they didn't.
Probably
but
it's
not the same game, because I remember I would play the game, I would play X character, I would take X items like in the store, and those items no longer exist. And some of those items like really fundamentally change the way the game is played.
Right.
People call it the change or shift in meta. I call it the shift in it's not the same game.
Yeah,
I used to think it was like the meta shift, but now I'm like, nah, it fundamentally changes the game.
Yeah, well, because you call it shifting the meta game, but it's like that. There you go. The fact that the term meta game even like exists now, like the fact that it's like, I like try imagining like back in like early days of like PC gaming, if like fucking Blizzard comes out and they're like, hey, that Diablo 2 there, like, you know how it plays and you do that, like, guess what, we just completely added a whole new like thing to your class, and now it plays completely different, and you're like, well, that's not what I liked about your game. Like, I don't want to play Diablo anymore. Like, I don't know, like it's just it is weird that and I mean, I guess that's like the ever evolving nature of games, because it is an interactive media. He's got the League of Legends box set. Apparently, the physical copies were only around for a very... I didn't even know League of Legends had a physical copy, so that's amazing.
Yeah, League of Legends box. Man, that must be worth a fortune.
It's gotta be.
Physical box. I mean, I've seen the, like, oh my god, I remember these. I do remember this, because it was competing with another physical game, and it was another MOBA.
Was it Dota?
No, this was before Dota. This was, it's something of oh man, I've got it boxed somewhere on my shelf. Like, that's what it is. It's, Demigods, I think it was. I think I just saw it. Demigods. Game. It was called Demigod. It wasn't Demigods, it was just Demigod.
Demigod.
And that was released in 2009, April 2009. So that's how League of Legends was competing with Demigod. Because I remember that. I can't believe that actually like clicked in my brain. So League of Legends came out in October 2009, and Demigod came out in April 2009. So Demigod got like a 6 months lead and League of Legends were like, oh, we need to make physical copies because that's what people are used to.
Right.
And trying to get people in on that. I can't believe I remembered that. That's insane.
That is amazing. I mean, but there you go. What's the name? League of Legends. Everybody knows that name. You say demigods, everyone goes, "What's fucking demigods?" I don't even know.
Exactly.
Don't exist no more. But yeah, no. To finish the thought I was saying though, basically though, like
sorry, yeah.
No, yeah, just the nature of interactive media is that I guess. I think what makes it feel kind of despicable is it's kind of the same. It's the George Lucas effect in a way. It's like, you know, you make a movie, and I know movies are different than games because movies are a little more hard coded. Like it's kind of like, here's what I printed on the film. This is my movie. You know, like, but you make a movie. And people love it, and people go, this is the best thing I've ever seen. It's my favorite childhood sci-fi movie, you know, cool. And George Lucas is like, yeah, but I did a few things differently. Like, I wish I had done this. So he goes back and he re-edits, and with the power of digital technology, he adds things that he didn't have before. And it's like, yeah, the special edition exists, and, you know, so you've been able to sell it, you know, more and more. Like, it's like, why? Oh, I can buy it on Blu-ray this way, but I could also buy it this way because this one has the new special edition, and there's a completely different, you know, dragon sound when Obi-Wan walks. Like, I don't give a shit. Yeah, like, cool. You changed the crate. Yeah, like you changed the crate dragon 6 times. Great. But like, so I guess it's kind of the same thing. Like I get changing it because you want to keep people playing, because you can't just have, but it's like, there are games that are single player games that have very fixed and finite states. Like, you know, like this is the only real, I mean, you'll have some different like immersive things, but this is the only real experience that you'll have with this. And people play them to this day. You know, they keep playing it. But the thing is, and what that comes down to is but you only buy it once. You know, you don't continue your subscription. You don't keep buying cosmetics. You don't keep doing microtransactions.
And the irony of that is that people mod it if they want something different.
Right. If you buy, you're like, hey, Skyrim, this is a good game. I want to do something completely different. Well, guess what? There's 1,000 different things you could do, all in that same fucking game. Like,
if you pay Todd Howard $12 a month.
Yeah.
That's a terrible example, but yeah.
But yeah, I know, but still. So I don't know. I'm very torn on the one thing though I do absolutely hate though is the whole idea of games as a service, like that being pulled around bullshit. Like,
oh, that's horrible. Like,
fuck that.
Yeah, that's literally why I've been saying, like, with my game development as a sole developer, I want to have longevity in my game, so I want to add mod support.
Right.
I want to add, if it's an online game, I want to have the game networking essentially like, oh, I have a matchmaking service for people who just want to play with randos, because I'm only ever going to make cooperative games.
Right.
So I'll have a random matchmaking service for those people who just want to click match and just get into a game with somebody. That's fine. And then I want to have a connect to IP system so people can still use it long after that, you know, random thing is dead, if people want to still play together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like the bare minimum to make sure that the game would never die.
Exactly. I mean, yeah.
And then that people from 10, 20 years from now can, like, buy the game and say, oh, I can still connect to the IP.
It's just,
like,
it is such a weird...
It's lost that one functionality, but everything else retains. Sorry.
No,
continue.
no.
This is the problem with the delay, just for the audience.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, the whole... video games, like, I think we all agree at this point, video games are considered an art form. Like, they are an expression of human, you know...
Well, they should be considered, but they've been sort of questionably...
but they're sort of kind of considered an art form, let's just say.
They're not being recognized quite as much as they should be, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, and which is also a fair argument.
Like, I agree with you. But yeah.
Right.
They're just not being recognized where I, like, am comfortable with.
Are you trying to, like... What are you doing to that turtle?
Continue.
Anyway, okay.
Do I need to put the turtle away?
Yeah, put the turtle. No, all I was gonna say though is just like video games. You know, video games are art. Whether or not people say they are, they are. Because, like I said, they're a form of expression. Somebody puts their ideas into it, and we experience it. The problem I have with games that exist in an entirely online state, and I'm sure, again, I'm not saying new things here, but I'm just, this is my feeling, is that you create the inability for future generations to appreciate art that existed. Like, I can walk into a museum today and I can see, I mean, hell, I've walked into a museum, like, you know, that has pieces of art that are from, like, ancient Rome. Like, I have seen real, like, vases or vases or whatever, like, with actual paintings on them done by people who lived I can see the turtle, what you're doing, who have lived thousands of years before me, and I can appreciate what they made.
Yeah.
If you create a game that has an online component and it is only solely like by that online component, or it keeps changing, like League of Legends, like if it keeps altering and becoming different, you lose the ability to appreciate what it was at the time it was in. So I think the time capsule, like the digital age, like honestly tying it kind of back together for what we were talking about an hour ago, like, you know, when you live in the digital age, like, yeah, things move a lot faster. Like if you've 5 years on the internet, you're probably fucking 30 years old in your brain, like, you know. And so it's like, it's weird to think that like 10 years ago how different stuff, I mean, graphically and like processing and like the things, they're slowly getting better now because we've made giant leaps, and then now we're kind of settling into those leaps, but it's a completely different landscape.
I think what's interesting about video games is it's still sort of technically in its infancy, and in the fact that it's like it's an art form, and it's a new art form that's only been around for maybe 40 years. Like, right. It's so much in its infancy by comparison to, like, every other single art form in the world that, like, I mean,
even
the closest comparison is, like, film. Yeah. Yeah, like, film, it's probably got an extra 50 to 100 years on top of game, but, like, it's one of those things about games where, like, I was thinking, you were saying, like, oh, you know, how am I going to see it in its original form and stuff? And I just couldn't help but think, they're like, what about the artists and the game developers themselves? Like, League of Legends was made by Riot Games in America, and now it's owned by the Chinese and is now fully developed in China.
Right.
So, like, they've even redone the artwork on it. Like, all the redone artwork. So, I mean, I might be wrong. There might be still a Riot Games in America that still has some of the core components in it, but, like, a lot of it is done in China now.
Right.
And, like, but the point being is, it's like, what happened to the original director? Like, obviously, he might not be working there anymore. So, like, you know, this was his masterpiece. What happened to that guy? And is he going to be credited for it? Or is it, like, not his original vision, you know? Like,
well, there you go. You change so many things. Is it even still the same thing he made?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, there's still all the same characters, there's still the same gameplay, so like you know, at a fundamental level, there's still the same things. So it's one of those things where it's like an art form, like game art form stuff it's in a scary place, because I'm kind of worried going forward that like because pieces of artwork have been you know, like, well, once a person has created something in American law or something, it's like 100 years then it becomes public domain, right?
Well, yeah, it's because of fucking Walt Disney and his bullshit. It used to be shorter, but yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, I'm all for a lifetime plus, you know, like, however long the person lives, owns it, and then an extra 5-10 years just so the family can benefit off of it, right?
Right, yeah.
Like, and that's coming from the perspective of an indie developer / you know, low down commercial, not like Walt Disney level.
Right.
But the point being is, it's like, you know, like what happens to video games in that regard? Like they're getting so many laws and so scrutinized over every change in action that video games could just become Fortnite and Diablo 7, you know, like that could be like the only games left, because legally you're not allowed to make any games out, like, it's one of those things where like all the games in the industry right now are being made in Unity, Unreal, and then maybe like Godot or something, you know, like that's it, like they have so much market control that if for whatever reason some Chinese government or Chinese conglomerate company just says we buy Unreal for $7 trillion, and then we just say all Unreal video games have to be published by us, have to be, you know, 90% of the profits go to us, etc., etc.
Right.
Like, they just have the power to do that. Like, that is literally the level of crazy that goes on in the world with, like, that sort of stuff. There's a lot of regulation to stop that, but everything's getting deregulated in our world. And I mean, like, not to get too political about it, but, like, everything is getting deregulated, whether you're in America or in Australia.
Right. Oh, yeah. God,
like,
yeah. That's the trend fucking 30 plus years now.
Oh, yeah, the whole, like stage capitalism just kind of, you know, eating its own tail at this point.
Yeah.
And to the point where, like, we'll hit our 50s or 60s and then all the big companies will just collapse because nobody has money. Except like 10 guys.
It's... Yeah.
And they won't spend it.
Not to get too much on, like, a political tangent, because it is, like, it's like 2 a.m. here, so I do want to, like, start wrapping it up pretty soon because I gotta go to bed. But, like,
yeah.
But yeah, not to get too big of a political tangent, but yeah, it does tie into what we were talking about. Like, that is the weird thing that's happening in all industries, but specifically the industries that we consume the most, because the entertainment industry is, like, you know, the ever present, like, the fact that if I go to the theater, it's all fucking like 3 companies that have movies out. If I go buy a game, now granted there's a little bit more of a variety, but that's because the game industry is like it's bubbling. Like, it will pop eventually.
It's one of those things where, like, the marketing share of it is predominantly these big companies.
Yeah, oh yeah, you go, like, and that's the thing, like, being somebody who works in retail, so I see it literally firsthand. Like, I see trends, like, I see what people buy. I literally sell people shit all day, so I know exactly where stuff goes. But, like, yeah, like, you come into my store and it's like, yeah, I got all these, like, stuff you could buy, and I got all these different games, but it's like, the reality of it is, it's like, you come in and you go, hey, I just want something to, like, take my mind off of the shit that I have in my life, because life sucks. And it's like, well, what do you like to do? It's like, well, I really like, you know, I like soccer, or I like American football, or just football, whatever. Like, I like baseball. Like, okay, well, here's Madden. You know, here's FIFA. Here's
the most generic game that fills that void.
Yeah, here's 2K. Oh, and guess what? Yeah, I know the Madden 21 just came out, like literally like yesterday or whatever. Like, okay, whatever. Like, you'll buy it. Of course you'll fucking buy it. Because what have they changed? I don't know. They added new players. The graphics are a little better. All my friends are buying it, so, you know.
I have to upgrade because that one crazy friend bought it, and then everyone else started snowballing on that as well.
Exactly. So it's like, yeah, it is weird. Like, yeah, there are... I'm so many tangents that my brain wants to go on, but I don't... Really,
yeah, I know, right?
Like, 'cause basically, I'll say this, like my theory, my personal opinion, PC gaming is probably going to be the ultimate, like, savior of everything. I think console gaming is basically going to die, especially because the consoles themselves are basically becoming small, unmodular PCs, like, in their own right, except for Nintendo, but that's because Nintendo's like, hey, we're fucking weird and, like, Japanese, and we're gonna do, like, shit that nobody else is doing, and so they can continue to do what they're doing and, like, kind of get away with it because it's what they're doing is fun.
Yeah, there's always they're the best. Like, I think Nintendo finally has had that realization with the, you know, company change and everything, but, like, there is that fundamental, like, portability.
Yeah,
which is the big thing that no one else has done well yet.
They're like, our handheld sales, like, it does not matter what console we come out with. The handhelds have sold fucking perfect every goddamn time. Is that your dog that is barking in the background?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's a perfect image. But, yeah, like, you know, our handhelds are selling super well. we should go into the handheld market. And they're like, well, but people still want to play on their TVs. Let's go. Here's a genius idea. What if we'll call it the Switch? It does both. It switches. Like, oh, fucking clever. Clever as shit. I get it. And yeah, I don't know. Like, am I gonna probably buy a PS5 when it comes out? Probably, because I'm a sucker and I want to play the newest things.
The thing is that you work in a store, so you've got that like perspective of everything.
True.
Whereas like someone like me who plays PC games, who doesn't go out very often, especially with the how do we describe it? The global thing that's happening.
The global peace initiative.
Yeah, the global peace initiative is happening right now, and
it's keeping us all inside playing video games.
The GPI. The GPI.
The GPI 19, as they call it.
Yep. GPI.
Yeah.
So the GPI is happening. We're all sort of stuck inside. So I'm sort of like, from my perspective, it's like I don't go to game stores ever. And every time I've gone to a game store, I go up to the shelf and go, I can get on eBay for $20 cheaper. I can get that $20 cheaper. Oh, that's really cool. I can get that cheaper online.
Yeah.
And that's like including postage. Like it's a sad state of affairs when that's now a thing.
The thing
but it is like,
no, you're not wrong. Yeah, God damn it, that fucking turtle. The thing is, like, as somebody on like the front lines, like, of that world, like, the writing is on the wall with stores like us, like physical media stores. Like GameStop is like crumbling. You know, like and like little mon posh stores like mine, like that exist kind of in this literally we exist in like this area of the United States, and there are a bunch of other stores that do exactly what we do, but we have nothing to do with each other. Like, we still exist purely because there is still like a physical media presence. The way I see it is, the day that like Sony or Microsoft or whoever comes out and says, here's the deal, you have your games that you bought on your PS5 all digital and you don't want them anymore, well, guess what? If you hop on the PlayStation Store, we're going to tell you exactly how much that game is worth, but you can trade it in for Sony credit and buy yourself a different digital game. As soon as they do that, physical media stores are gone. People will absolutely go all digital, and they will accept it and they will like it.
Yeah, there ain't a reason why physical stores are still like around. I'd like to literally just buy the PlayStation and Madden.
Yeah, like, yeah, people come in. Literally, people come in. They go, "What's like?" They'll ask me, "What do you got new? Like, what's the new thing?" Like, well, I got this. Like, oh, cool, I want that. Like, okay, neat. Or hey, I'm done with my old shit. Essentially, like, hey, I'm done with this old shit. I do not want to play it anymore. Okay, hey, let me take a look at it. Okay, well, this is worth this. This is worth this. I can do this much in store credit, this much in cash, and they'll go, oh, well, I want the new such and such, so I'll take the store credit. I'll buy it with the store credit. 9 times out of 10, they have pretty much exactly, like, the people will bring like a stack of like 6 or 7 games, especially now, you know, during the Global Peace Initiative, people are playing games like crazy. So game prices have like gone up, and like our sales history on that stuff has gone up. So like, people will bring in like a stack of like 5 or 6 games. All of them are really great sellers, so I'll be able to give them like almost like close to 50% in store credit. And they'll be like, cool, that's like $60. That's Ghost of Tsushima. Like, I'm getting that. And like, they do. And like, that's what I mean. Like, that's what keeps us in business is the ability to do that. Like, we also carry Steam cards now. We carry like, you know, the Xbox cards, like, so people trade their shit
League
in.
Legend ones. And,
yeah. Well, we don't carry that shit, but basically we got Robux cards. No, but like, you know, like, people come in and they go, you know, I traded in my old fucking PS2 that I don't want anymore. I'm getting store credit. Hey, I got $30 in store credit. I'll put that on a $30 Steam card. I'll go home and buy myself the all new Steam game, Steam sale. I don't know, but yeah, like,
but
that's
that clearly has an end of the road though. It's everyone just trades in things in to the point where everyone's just going digital.
Oh yeah, exactly. Eventually, well, that's the thing. So and this is how I know the writing is on the wall, because while that's the game stuff is still like people buying physical stuff for some reason, like our sales, because we sell other stuff too, our sales of DVDs and Blu-rays and CDs have plummeted. because of Netflix and Spotify, Hulu,
Yep.
and Disney. Disney
Yeah.
Plus, when Disney Plus, people, it was so funny. I mean, it wasn't funny, but it was kind of almost sad. Like when Disney Plus came out, so many people were bringing in their old copies of their Marvel movies because like, well, I don't need these anymore because I can watch them anytime I want on the Disney Plus subscription. And I have to tell people like, hey, this is like the 6th copy of Captain America I've seen in the last hour. I can't take it. And they have to leave with it. And it's like, and a lot of people don't understand like what, like, used product doesn't, it's like, it's not a guaranteed sale. Like you've walked off the lot with it. Like you've used it and now you and everybody else is trying to bring it to me. So the same thing's going to happen when the PS5 comes out. I guarantee you people are going to bring me PS4s. They're going to bring in a bunch of PS4s and they're going to say, hey, I'm trying to get this towards my PS5. And it's like, that's a great idea. Everybody else had the same idea. I can give you not nearly as much as that thing is worth. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
So-
for sure. Like, yeah. All I was going to say was like, so this is a picture of a local game store that I'm aware of in my nearby mall. Right now, this is a picture from I don't know what year when Ted came out because there's fucking Teddy fucking merch everywhere. But so this is a perfect example. This was the beginning of the end of this game store. So game traders, they would have old like retro stuff. Let me see if I can just pull up a picture of that. But basically they would have like old like NES games, Super Nintendo, other bits and pieces. In fact, this is like this is perfect. If I wasn't so shit at using my thing, yeah. So they had like the retro area where they put like all their SNES games and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, cool.
I actually recognize some of those brands. It's TTX up there, the purple box. That's stuff we sell here. Like we import. The retro bit. Like, that's. Yep, I get all that shit.
Yeah. So like all of that sort of stuff. But what this picture is interesting for is that this picture was taken around when Ted came out. This is before the pop apocalypse.
Oh God.
So those pop figures, and you can see it right
very
here.
Well, yeah.
You can see them fucking here. This was the beginning of the end. I'm off for today. Good luck with the podcast. Thanks, Danny.
Thanks, Danny, for coming in. It was a pleasure. Tell your friends.
Pri-
Next time we'll probably actually play a video game.
Yeah, or talk over one or something.
Or maybe I'll make another wizard. Who knows?
Another wizard stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, the point being is this wall in the back here has all these board games and paraphernalia and stuff. This is now wall to fucking wall of these little pop figures.
Oh yeah.
Wall to wall. And I walked in there and I'm just like, there is like 10 board games to choose from. There is maybe some of this stuff, maybe sitting on a shelf. Nobody, like, they used to have it all in these cases and stuff, and then they sort of stopped doing that because people stopped caring. And then all these pop figures are just fucking everywhere. Like, every square inch is either pop figures or, like, Goku dolls, like in this, like, display cabinet at the front here. Like, get you Captain American... Like, there's one right there. Like, there's a Captain America in this box. Like, that's all they're selling. Like, they're not a game store anymore.
How well does Captain America do overseas? Like, do people really, like, care about him as a character? Or, like, is it just kind of, he's a Marvel thing, so everybody likes it?
I think he's not going to be anywhere near the levels of America.
Okay. I figured.
Hold the phone. I just realized that I ordered food like an hour ago, and I'm just like, did it arrive? No, it's still preparing. That's totally fine then.
There you go.
Which would be a good way to wrap this up.
Yeah.
I gotta get food, but it says it could be here in like 20 minutes or something. That's fine. Good play by you, but yeah. So it's like wall to wall, and then Captain America, like he would be like the macho man kind of favorite, if that makes sense. Like people were like, yeah, I like the big, strong guy can do no wrong kind of thing. Like they're not necessarily liking him for his patriotism. They like him for his, like, persona and what he's about.
Okay. Which, like, that's the thing, like, Captain America is basically, like, what Americans like to cosplay as in their minds, like, what our country is, and it's like, nah.
That's no. Yeah, that's what that is like the dead set symbol of what Americans think they are.
Yeah.
And what they actually are like Loki.
Kind of.
I mean,
Yeah.
not exactly. I'm trying to think of a better example. Like, maybe what's the Captain America's, like, the one with the silver arm?
The Winter Soldier, like Bucky
The
Barnes.
Winter
I think,
Soldier, yeah. America's actually more like the Winter Soldier, where you just go around fucking killing people and doing whatever the hell you like.
Oh boy.
It's kind of horrible to say, but oh well.
It is unfortunate, but yeah. So that was a very oh boy. That's the point of the stream, really, was just how weird can we get with that fucking turtle. No,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I had a good time. It is like I said, it's like 2 a.m, so my brain is starting.
That's fine.
Shut down. But yeah,
Here's a picture of a puppy.
There you go. I think this was a successful endeavor. I think it was exactly what I thought it was going to be, where it's basically you and I having a conversation like we always do, except we record it.
Yeah, so if you have been listening and you do enjoy this sort of stuff, I'm sure we'll do more of it. I think next time we'll try to be a bit more focused and less wizards.
Less wizards, but I can't guarantee there won't at least be one wizard, because I mean, come on, it's a wizard. Like,
I mean, we can have wizards. We're just not going to create wizards on stream. That would be that would be preferable.
But I had such a good time, and now I have
making my wizard.
Now I have this wizard that I can use for anything. He's our new mascot.
Packer and Swholli podcast with this fucking shitty DVD thing that I found in a dump, and I paid 2 cents for it. You know, like,
there you go.
He's so high res, man. So high res. Can you put my face on his face? Give me the mustache.
Well,
all right. Well, I hope everybody has enjoyed the first official Krispy Kreme review podcast.
Krispy Kreme review.
First Krispy Kreme review. We forgot the Krispy Kreme, so maybe
next time we'll have donuts. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well. Thank you so much for listening. If you've somehow managed to make it to the end of this, I've got the dog in the bottom underneath the bed.
I'll give him full screen.
Oh, puppy. Rough.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and we'll try to do this at least maybe once every 2 weeks,
or
maybe more often, maybe less. Who knows? We'll just go. It's definitely one of the hardest things for us trying to get this organized, because I'm currently at 4:20 p.m. and you are like what, 2:20 a.m.
2:20 a.m. because we live on separate parts of the globe.
Like, we're literally 2 hours off being polar opposites. Like, that's just how freaking ridiculous it is. So I had to, like, sleep in, and then I was like, I'm going to get up, and he was busy, so I was like, I'm going to have a shower, and then he's like, I'm ready, and I'm like, no! Like, we'll see. We might even be able to do, like, the flip side, where I'm staying up late and you're midday or something, but we'll just have to play it by ear.
For sure. And next, like I said, in the coming times, we'll probably definitely be playing video games as well as talking about video games, and like, because I mean, basically this is like my idea for what this is our video game nostalgia podcast. Like, one of the other doesn't. I mean, we did a lot of nostalgic stuff today. We talked about, the Wizard. We talked about Cheese TV. Like, very successful first outing. A little disorganized, but it's a stream too, so who gives a shit? Like, just come in, hang out. We'll make some wizards.
Ask us questions. Tell us cool things.
And all right. Well, thank you to you, Glenn, for doing this with me. It was fun, and I'm glad we got to finally do it. And I'm gonna go to bed, and you gotta go eat. So.
Well, I mean, there's one last thing I need to show on stream before we.
He died for our sins.
You ate too much pizza. Just cut